Hello everyone and welcome to the Oceanink Series seeding tournament stream.
Nice to meet you.
Just wanted to make sure I didn't mess up the last name there. Sorry for being a bit late, technical issues and whatnot. We're going to start off in round 1 instead of round 2 compared to last week, so yay for us, we're a bit more on time. We're going to be starting off here with Cephalation Anxiety versus Q.W.R. Both Cephalation Anxiety was back in, I believe they formed back in the AONZ or the Australasian Open.
That was just a while back, right?
Yeah, it was a couple months ago now. Meanwhile, Q.W.R is a new team filled with returning players. Should be quite an interesting set to start off with.
Interesting. So, what do you think are the matchups here we're having here today? I see a lot of maps with arguably close spaces that we can see close range excel in.
Yeah, for Splat Zones Mako specifically, weapons like anything that can control the stacks around the zones is going to be really powerful, including sloshes and a couple of the heavy weapons and other weapons like that. So Spinton is probably going to have a good time here. I don't know if there's any bucket players. I don't think there is on Cephalation Anxiety, but I can't speak on Q.W.R. Generally, because of the way we've got our stream set up here, we're unable to see who's currently in the lobby, so I can't tell which members of Q.W.R are currently playing to be able to assess their team comp. But I can imagine it's probably going to be closer to the short range side.
Well, let's put it this way. It's a surprise for us as well as the viewers down there, right? So we're going to go into this blind. We're going to try and figure out everything as we go along.
Yeah, it should be a fun time.
So let's see here. I feel like Cephalation Anxiety might have a bit of a, I would say a bit of a tight spot. They're having 4 players means you kind of just need to work around with what they are good at most of the time, than what they can excel at. Compared to Q.W.R where they have specialties, you know, like I can do zinc mini splattering maybe, and then I can do a bucket on the other one, and so on and so forth.
Yes, I think there's upsides and downsides to both, because while a team that has many players means every player can play their niche, I think a team that only has a couple players means every player has to work on their weaknesses and becomes a stronger player overall. So, depending on your long-term goals, I think both have their advantages. Anyway, moving on, we've got Pebbles on the Explorer, Rider on the K-Pro, the Ink Brush from Sparky, which was expected, and the Sploosh from Gaz. And meanwhile, we do have the Heavy from Spinton. The Bucket is from Udon, a really good bucket map, and you also have the Enzap from Q.W.R. Both teams are through down here. Sparky is just able to get the zone control because the Russians are really good at painting, as some people might have noticed in that.
Yeah, I haven't even started talking and it's already down that quick. You have to understand, this is a really quick composition. Explosion going in the zone, sploosh, and you know, just going with the brushing together. It's really fast.
Brush almost gets down as well. Just Brush is
nicely done.
Strong point here. We can see Q.W.R here trying to contest the zone, but Gookie gets down before the hammer can come out, and Q.W.R falls in suit. So currently, Q.W.R, yes, they're currently holding a pretty firm lead here. Spinton does get Rider out though. Chooses to elect deploying bubbles instead of trying to take out the Brush. Almost catches them out though because of the splashdown. We can see Gookie coming in here with the hammer. We can't really see if he's gotten anyone yet.
The bubble.
Spinton does get caught out by Gaz as well here with the sploosh. Very fast. It's all those out of ink buffs it got means it's very fast at killing you if you get caught out guard with it.
It's really hard to see how it's going to go down, but it looks like a lot of turf control is going to the other team right here, which means that they've got to push in, especially since their weapon choices are really slow, with only like the NZAP coming in to like really control and kill more so.
Yeah, we can see here, they've immediately gained control here, Smite use of bubbles, and the hammers come out. I think it got a couple of them then. Spinton here, just currently sitting in the zone, trying to get a little turf control. Gets a nice hit on Sparky there, who was apparently sharking.
Nicely done. They got back the zone.
Yeah.
Look at that. Spin gets it.
I think Ryan's behind in the stream, sadly.
Whoops.
We do see now that Cephalation Anxiety here, still holding good control. Sparky does get taken down before the splashdown can come out. They've got the Booyah Bomb ready. It's probably going to be deployed any second now. or Spin almost gets the splat. They've still got good control here, but on the zone was Gaz. They did not find them in time. The ball comes out, gets the recap though, but they were 3 points away from getting lead before that sneaky capture happened.
They were so close. 46 points is not a lot to work with though, because you gotta remember, when you're in splat zones, once you get it, it's all down to the wire here. And we have to remember that these teams have 2 specials on the card. No, 1 special now. Splatling might be able to do something of it.
Yes, we can see now Q.W.R was able to get quite a retake here. They basically got the 3 down and they've completely forced them out. We saw earlier in the commentary that Gookie tried to get a hammering base, but said they got taken down beforehand. Hammer's come out again here, almost catches out Rider, but they went to the stack safely. Is able to kind of go through, wasn't able to find anyone sadly, and Hammer gets used in vain.
Unfortunate.
Kirma and Ryder do trade. Meanwhile, Gaz goes down to presumably Dookie here. Brush and Zone gonna splash down once again. Does manage to take it, but they don't get the points. So Q.W.R here in a pretty tight situation. The penalty's about to get worn out for Cephalation Anxiety, and they're going to get lead pretty much instantly here. We do see that Udon goes down to a splat bomb. The Booyah bomb comes out, but it's too slow. The lead is already taken.
Their team composition is just slightly too slow to match with their opposition here. It's not giving them a lot of space to work with, but at the same time they have the power. They just need one good push in, and that's it. They just need to see and decisively decide their opponents.
So we can see here, Hurdles and the Explorer sitting on zone, just trying to keep the paint up, keep the pressure up. Sparky also on zone. The ball has come in, saw the bubbles, but the bubbles are a little out of position. The Rider is able to take out the heavy before that even gets popped. We do see the hammer here does get taken out as well. So the lead does not get taken back as Q.W.R never really went fully down. We can see Rider here trying to push in very aggressively. Wasn't able to get the spotlight, and the armor comes out now, so they've had to retreat. Sparky coming in now, takes out one of them, but a wall comes up and just blocks them instantly. We can see Rider on the right stack here, just trying to keep the enemies out of position here. Bubbles from both teams and the stamp coming in. It's looking like, oh, very nice there. Goofy just immediately snipes them pretty much with the hammer.
Alright, nice bubble from both teams, hoping to control the zone. Patiently using the bubble is very key here, right? Because if you get the bubbles on the zone, it's not just a wall, it's also a means of getting the zone. And like right now, I think that's a very good use of it. We see right here that the zone is being captured. They might have a chance here, as long as they don't get recaptured. Oh, we see that curling bomb right there, catching it off.
That was pretty sad there. The zone got captured sneakily right as overtime was about to start, and they weren't able to capture it back. That's why the ink brush was very good for them, because the amount of painting they could get out between the ink brush and the sploosh meant the zone was captured in an instant. Also,
I think the biggest failure there. Yeah?
Oh,
you were saying?
You might want to restart your stream. I think you're behind in commentary, but just
I've been behind for quite a while. So like as I was saying, like I think part of the reason that he lost was at the end there, if you didn't see, there was a curling bomb that went down and actually got a splat off that. That was super major because one, you lose one of your members. Number two, you give them more like pain control in that sense. And that zone, like all the pain was in the zone. Like there was no way you're gonna save that. Your team was scattered. So as the only player in the zone there, that was very crucial. And I think that was just how it went down. So Q.W.R takes the first win here.
I'd say both teams were fairly evenly matched, as we saw in the score. It just meant that I believe that Q.W.R's slightly faster team composition made them win out in the end because they were able to capture the zone faster than the enemy can react to it. We did see some good play from a lot of members there. Especially I want to say from Ryder got a couple good picks with the K-Pro. Sparky was doing brush things. And I believe Hurdles with Explosion, good Explosion map, and I think it really gave them even more turf control. And obviously I think it was Gaz on the sploosh, right? Yeah, they did a great job. It just it meant the whole team had really fast and accessible turf control that was really useful in splat zones. But I'm really interested to see how their team lineup is going to kind of shift around now that they're playing a mode that isn't so reliant on fast turf control.
That is very true.
And for another point, I do think that Cephalation Anxiety is going to have a better time on this, just because I think their slower approach to team comps is going to work a lot better on TC, on Snapper, no, not on Skipper Pavilion. I think that this team is really going to work out for them, especially for, I would say, Kuki and Spinton. But we'll
Alright,
get
let's
into
see
it.
if we get the next round here.
Okay, we do see a blobber coming out, and we still see pretty much the same composition from Cephalation Anxiety. Blobber is going to be a pretty interesting pick on this map, because it's constantly got downward momentum on defense, but I don't know how much it's going to work for offense on them. Meanwhile, we see hurdles on the Charger as well, which means that Q.W.R has gone from a very fast frontline focused team to a very backline focused team now.
Okay, now that's true, because remember, tower control is about you trying to maintain control in the front so you can push the tower safely. So it's interesting to see a swap back to the backline.
Ooh,
Are they like waiting for
Q.W.R.
Nicely done.
So
Are they waiting for I don't know, do you feel like they're waiting for like a bait here? They're trying to bait them out so that they can punish? It seems that way to me, but like at the moment it looks like they already got the zone, so it really doesn't matter if they push in.
Which team were you referring to?
I was talking about like Q.W.R.
Okay, I'm not really sure, but we did see some nice splats here. He does manage to stay alive, misses the hammer throw, and does get taken down there. Now we're seeing the custom blaster on the tower. Ink gets out, but wasn't able to find anyone initially, and their teammate went down.
Unfortunately.
Nice double, and keeps the zone under control. Ooh, almost tried to get the cancel there, but out of range sadly.
Hurdle being sneaky there. Nicely done, Hurdle.
Ooh, nice snipe there from Hurdles.
And Hurdle has the sting right now, he's just waiting to use it.
I think they're going to wait on offense, possibly.
Yeah, it might be a better option.
We are seeing now that tough control.
Hurdles now tower. Nicely done. Hurdles is on fire, and that's coming from a Squid.
So far. Very good. He was the only one left on the team now. He has to back up and retreat. And we're seeing now that Cephalation Anxiety is still getting a pretty free pass on the tower. They are pushing up very well, I want to say. Because they've got Cephalation Anxiety has like 2 people on tower a lot of the time, and I think that's just bad practice, because you should really try and push ahead of the tower and make sure it's safe like a Rainmaker, right? And Cephalation Anxiety hasn't been doing that, but nevertheless, they were able to get a lot of splats here, and pushed all the way past second checkpoint up to the final now. Udon does slip down, but does catch out the ink brush because of that.
But that's thankful, because that final checkpoint is going to be crucial for them. If they catch it, it's an instant straight down. They don't have like a barrier in that sense, and that's really good.
We can see they weren't able to really stop them from jumping back in mid. Brush does go down straight away. The rain is up to try and pressure them out of there, but none of them are really affected by the path here. Dookie does try and come up, tries to find a target, doesn't find one sadly. Gaz is just trying to keep all the turf control. And so far it's pretty much just a... Ooh, Kermit does get stuck in a 2v1 actually. I was going to say it was kind of just a bit of downtime, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, Udon and Cookie are getting stuck in the corner there. It's really dangerous for them, and we do see at the back right there.
1's down, 2's down, only the end tap is up now. This might be the start of the push for Q.W.R.
Oh, is this a quad? Is this a quad? Are we seeing a quad? No, we don't see a quad. There we go, unfortunate.
Comes out. Doesn't look like they're able to find anyone just yet.
Well, that's good though, because as Hurdles is using that, I think the power of the Stingray is not just killing, it's called the fear factor.
That was the sniper right? That was pretty much a 90-degree flick. Unable to quite find the
there we go,
got them in the end, took a couple shots. This
might bomb there.
Stingray in a very bad spot now. Pretty punishable, but the Charger was unable to get a shot up for it.
Yeah, but I gotta remember, Stingray is great.
Ooh,
Blaze is going well. Nicely done, Blaze.
Oh, they do capture it. This is going to be lead for Q.W.R.
Oh,
very good
booyah there.
Is that? Down. The heavy does take them both out, but it's already after the path checkpoint now. There's already 2 on tower. They do
29 to 10.
Yes,
they've got a lot of ground cover.
Yes, especially because I think that with the Charger and the Blobber, they've got really good defensive capabilities. We're seeing now that Charger's still got 9 splats. Really impressive. And
it's
now
definitely something to watch out for. Hurdles making good use of the terrain.
Oh yeah, very much so. We did see that Kermit had to use the armor early, which really gave them a pretty big disadvantage because they can't use it to save themselves on tower. Udon and Gookie try to team up, but Udon does go down to what I believe was a
and there we go, Gookie with the hammer.
Does manage to get sorry, doesn't look like they're able to get anyone else though, and Sparky's on tower. Does get one of them, does get no one else.
And one is still good, let's be honest here, because they are at the final zone, they need to clear as much as they can. But it looks like the offense is really strong, they're pushing in. Ink Armor comes into play here, this might be a really dangerous time for them. But that's good on them, because they do push it back. Oh, no, they don't. This is really close. Oh, they're moving, they're just moving back and forth.
Yeah, they're pretty much...
Oh, that's it, that's it.
Blob clutched out the last kill necessary. That was a pretty solid defense there from Q.W.R as well.
Q.W.R was on, like, they were stuck there, they didn't know what to do, but they were just like a force to be reckoned with, and it was good. But, you know, with strategic planning and placement, I think Sparky was able to go in and Odo was able to pick out one of them each on a time. Very nicely done.
Yeah, we saw both teams there had a really good push on their own. It was surprising, because I'm used to this map being one where the checkpoints are really stuck. But both teams just proved that with a bit of better coordination, some good picks, you can just fly through that map, and they both did. It's just that Q.W.R got the better push, and they got to defend when it was a lot. They
capitalized a lot more on their attack when necessary. But okay, so I don't know. Q.W.R looks like they're winning, and you know, as a commentator myself and a player, I like to see you know, the underdogs win. So I want to open a small slight bet for you, Goy. So I'm gonna say Cephalation anxiety. Cephalation anxiety will win this. Because game 9, right? Come on.
I can see it just because game 3 is Piranha Pit on Rainmaker, and that is a pretty chaotic map. I could see both teams getting a run on this one. And ultimately, I think that them getting a proper run back, I think that Clams is going to be the biggest hurdle for that, because I think that Q.W.R's team comps are just a lot more flexible to be able to adapt to that mode. But we will see if that time does come up. But for now, we're going to focus on Rainmaker Piranha Pit, which, as I mentioned earlier, it's a pretty chaotic map. Pushes go to 20 pretty fast on this map, I'd say. And I'm very interested to see which team it does manage to get the lead on this one.
Oh, I don't know about you, but I just want to see more games here. It doesn't matter which team is great, because I think both are great. I just want to see, like, you know, the absolute best from each of their teams. That's what I want to see, and I think they're going to provide it to us right there, I think. Also, I apologize if I'm a bit too loud. I mean, that's just me being overhyped. I think you can understand that, right, Goy? I'm so sorry for that.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm also a bit soft-spoken sometimes. I don't have much else to add right now, except obviously, Cephalation Anxiety does keep with their same comps. I feel like it might work for them. I think one crucial thing is that Guki has been getting a pretty hit or miss rate on his hammers this set. A lot of them have been getting downed instantly, which hasn't been working out in their favor.
Hit or miss? I guess they never miss, huh?
They never hit, actually. Anyway, we've got the Explosion and the Blobber coming out from Q.W.R here, along with the Stamp and also Noise on both teams. Very interesting here. And Spintin Alex for the heavy remix. We do see that goes for Cephalation Anxiety's favor, but they're going to have to jump from the ramps here. Yuki does try to out Nozzlenose to Nozzlenose, does happen to do it, and does retreat safely as well. Very well played.
There we go. Auto Bomb is now in there. Let's see where it goes. Does he take it out? No, we see something take out. Guki's going in for it.
Hammer is trying to chase someone. Does get them eventually, but took a bit of a roundabout.
There we go. Guki with the hammer. Hammer down. Are we seeing
Riot coming in with the brush does find them. However, Kiyomi's got a fairly free turf path here. And he does manage to get all the way up. Does get taken down though by Sparky. Bit unfortunate there, but Spintin and Udon here get a very free pop.
He's going really fast on day.
Kiyomi's going. Udon gets one of them. Spintin. Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful play there from Cephalation Anxiety. Just full control of the match there. They never faltered. And perfect re-pop and re-dunk. Really, it was beautifully played. And Q.W.R.
That was really so fast.
Yes,
that's why I thought
it was a bit of a polarizing map. It can go very fast either way. And yeah, you can see that the double bucket comp there. I think they were trying to use the range to their advantage, but it meant that they were really susceptible to getting rushed down, and it's just exactly what happened.
Did, right? And yes. Okay, so can I have my $5 now? I won the bet, right? Come on, Cephalation Anxiety.
They need to get another 2 before you get your $5. So.
No, I just want to see a game 5. Game 5 hype? Anyone?
Yeah, but you know that it'll only reach a game 5 if they win another 2.
No, but that's the thing. The next map and game mode we have is on the Starfish main stage, and that is Clan Blitz. Oh, everyone hates that mode, but you gotta remember that Cephalation Anxiety has 4 members. only, which means I'm gonna presume that they have a pretty tight team. Like, they know what they're doing. Like, if you're gonna do this, I know what you're gonna do. I'm just gonna help you out. I'm gonna go the other side, swerve in, and then like counterpick for you or whatnot. I think Cephalation Anxiety has the advantage here just because of their small team comp.
I'm not sure if I truly. Oh, looks like
With a
someone
sub.
subbed out and Ruben has come in for. I'm assuming that's their Clan Blitz niche. Either way, it's going to be very interesting. I believe you said they were the short range player, didn't you? Or am I thinking of someone else?
Who they swap out with actually? That's a good question. Because they've got a lot of good players, and I feel like Hurdles might be the one to be swapped out, despite being good at with the charger.
I think Hurdle's been showing that they're quite an anchor player, and they might be subbing out because they feel this is not a map that the anchor is good on, and I can respect that decision because this map is quite chaotic.
Yeah, that's one.
But yes,
also,
if you do want to see, oh no, you go.
Oh yeah, sure. I just feel like if Hurdle swaps out, it's not exactly great as well because remember he's on the charger with a Stingray, and with the Stingray in Clam Blitz specifically, you're able to see where the clam balls are. So when you have Stingray and clam balls, you see someone take
I agree, but
Stingray
there's
kill.
one other thing about this, right? That Udon has played the bucket for 3 out of 3 rounds so far from memory, unless I didn't notice on the Rainmaker match. Every single spot that the anchor wants to position themselves on is vulnerable to getting 2-shot by the bucket.
That's almost always the case for buckets, and I can see why Hurdles might want to just move out in this game.
Because on other maps, like if we look at on the TC match, they had a lot of sightlines that they could always cover, but Starfish isn't like that as much, and there's a lot of areas where the height differences are really severe and hard to account for. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the reasons. But either way, we're getting into the match now, and we won't have to speculate any further.
Yeah, but I think Blaze might be going with the Blaster. That's one thing I wanted to see. Because the corner this game. Yes. Do we see it? Come on. There we go. We don't see Blaze. Okay, Blaze has been swapped out with a Ruben here.
Okay, so that was subbed out. But we do get a Blaster. It's just not the Blaster you were looking for. We do have a Neo Clash in this match. Beautiful, beautiful weapon.
That was a theory.
Cephalation Anxiety, sticking with their usual weapon comps here.
Yeah, there's not much change to them. So let's just see how it goes.
Because both of them are fine. Ruben does get one splat right off the back here on Udon.
He's a bit stuck here, slowly going in.
Oh, the double
Hammer's up. Hammer time? Hammer time?
Oh, the Clash gets another 2. Clash is proving to be a vital asset in this match just to win the mid-game here.
There we go. I remember what Ruben plays now. Yeah, forced to be reckoned with, definitely. I think I just tried to wipe that off my memory when I saw Clash Blaster. Oh. But you gotta respect how Ruben plays.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's a lot more mobile than traditional Clashes are because usually Clash is used as a defensive weapon. Sadly, that mobility that didn't come to his advantage, as Spinton does manage to get the spotting. Now, clamps and mid control are very much in Cephalation Anxiety's favor currently. And they've got specials up right now. They've got Baller and Bobble. They're pretty ready to. But they're gonna have to use these pretty effectively. Oh.
It's a nice wall there because it definitely denies Hurdles from doing anything, but unfortunately they didn't look at their flanks. Ryder comes in, takes them out. Nicely done, Ryder.
Ryder gets the double. Does manage to get Gookie as well. Now it means that I believe the Kiyomi the Enzap is all alone in mid, and Ryder almost gets a clean quad there.
Oh. Unfortunate. Triple will do for today. Oh, there we go. It's not a true quad, but hey, you take what you can.
It's unfortunately, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, they did manage to get taken down though, just being a little too aggressive, I think.
Hurdles holding on that ball.
Udon can't win against the Clash Blaster because a lot of weapons just too slow, right? As soon as if the Clash gets the initiation, they're over. Sadly, the Heavy has the walls and they can't just they can't get clashed.
All right, Ruben just moving in with the Clash Blaster here, going for the flank this time. Nope, not flank. Oh, he has the high ground.
Oh, gets the Tenet missiles. I'm not sure how many they ended up tagging.
Oh,
wasn't able to
caught up by Splinter.
Wasn't able to get out of the range of the Heavy in time. Wasn't able to get behind. And we're still seeing it's almost halfway through the match and it's still a neutral game now, which is pretty frightening because it means that weaker pushers are going to win the match. We're seeing Toby here go for a pretty scrappy effort to make the push. It was not going to work though. Udon does manage to get a spike, but they're going to have to back out now. Ooh, Goose goes down, and Udon goes down again. So,
alright, is this the push?
Yeah, they've got the jump in now. That's 2 climbs in, that's the push they needed. Does look like Hobus is the only one up, and he's making the correct decision just to get out of there. Ryder's now in mid. I can't really see the fight from AutoCam. Does look like they're kind of tied up Cephalation Anxiety though.
It's a real shame because they were doing so well and then they just suddenly like lost it. It's just that one push really got to them. I mean, it's gotta be the Clash Blaster and the Brush. It's definitely the things that are causing them the most problem, being that their entire composition is just a bit too slow to deal with it.
I mean, it's a bit of everything, but we're also seeing that Ryder here on the Caper has full 10 splats already, which is very just Caper things mostly. Meanwhile, we're seeing here that Q.W.R here has a couple numbers down, and they might be Cephalation Anxiety might be in a position where they can actually start pushing. However, they haven't picked up the freebie yet, and they haven't really moved out of mid control yet, so it doesn't look like it's happening just yet.
Udon's going for it, the Brave Rush.
Udon's going to go for the jump, but they do have to drop, but they do get one splat. They can't get all of them. The jump does come in.
They almost got it! They almost got it! Gookie, let's go!
I don't think he can do this.
He got one, unfortunate.
Yeah, he can't get all of them though. Yeah, that was a little too panicky. I think
it's a failed attempt, but he got 1 minute left, and like, you know, last minute rushdown, right? The anxiety starts clicking, and it's like...
It's just that, it's the classic thing where the Slosher Deco is a great clamp weapon, but it shouldn't be the clamp carrier, because if the ball explodes, the clamp goes with it, and then you have no proper time to be able to pick it up again. So I think that, realistically, it should have been someone like Kioma that picked up the clam initially. We do see, once again, Gookie tries to get the stamp, but Clash is just a little too fast for that. And,
oh, there we go.
20 seconds left. 20 seconds
hey, come on,
left.
the anime comeback is here, right? Q.W.R is like the bad guy here, and like, Cephalation Anxiety, they're like the good guys. They're gonna make the comeback here, like the power of friendship, right? You see that pain? It's gonna go straight down. It's not going straight down. That's bad.
Yeah, with only 10 seconds left.
I believe.
Yeah,
they've got this. I got this. Come on.
They've got enough clams, but they've also got a Capo and a Clash Neo, yes, they're both in there.
They have to go through.
The Capo does go down, but the ball is activated really, really early.
They have no choice. They have to do this and try to like play the line.
3 down. Udon does get the pop.
Oh, do we get it?
They've got the jump in. Another
nicely done. They got it. They got it.
There we go. They've got
just 1 point. There we go. Cephalation Anxiety gets it. The anime comeback.
That looked very, very risky for a very long time there, but it just showed that what we did see actually is that Ryder and Ruben, they were both really, really trying to stop the overtime from happening, and because of that, they both went down. And that was really, really vital because that's their front line, their DPS. They both went down, and
I think it was too aggressive.
Yeah, Cephalation Anxiety. They got the push in specifically because I believe that Q.W.R was being too aggressive at that moment. Because otherwise, I think if the K-Pro was sitting back, charged up a Booyah Bomb, that push could not have happened, right? But they didn't.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
They did do that, and I think that cost them the match. So, you got your game 5. I'll be happy to set up a PayPal and give you those $5. But
no, it's all good. This $5 should be used to, fund better equipment. We're gonna get like a cool banner saying that the anime comeback. And then we'll have a different team there each time, right? That's what we're gonna do.
Back is always just gonna be Limestone versus Morning Sun though.
There we go.
Right. Well, we are moving on to game 5 though with Splat Zones on Inkblot. Now this is going to be one that is going to be very interesting because I feel this is a map that benefits both teams here. Because I think
right now, yeah.
Yeah, Social Deco
Ruben
is really
having
good
Clash
for
Blaster, right? Social Deco as well, yes. And
I don't
anything
think Clash Blaster is. I wouldn't say Clash Blaster is going to stay here, no. But I think also Spintin with the Heavy, they're going to have a good time here. If one of them picks out the Explosher again, that's also going to have a good time here. There's a lot of weapon picks that enjoy the Splat Zones map. So
yeah, we do see a sub as well, by the way. Ruben is swapping out with a Gas, if I'm not wrong. So right now we have seen Hurdle, Blaze, Ryder, Gas, and Ruben. So
yeah,
we still have a wild card here, and well. What if this goes to a draw, guys? Okay, just theory with me here. Just entertain me here. What if the game never ends and then it just times out? What if both teams stop to ceasefire?
Alpha team will win by default.
But that's not true.
It is.
Well, that's unfair.
Well, they should have played.
Well, I mean, I've been supporting Cephalation Anxiety, and I think they're Alpha team, if I'm not wrong. So, hey,
This is pretty interesting.
I mean, are we going to see a lame game 5 where they ceasefire? I don't think so. I don't think Q.W.R
Who
wants
knows?
that either.
Maybe one of them will DC and we will see a ceasefire just because of DC rules. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I would love to see that. Then we get like a 5.5 game, right?
Yes. In any case, though, we're jumping right into it now.
Can we see a
Surprised.
DC? Just don't do that.
Who knows? Maybe one of the ink brushes might. We do see a change up though. The Social Deco switches out. They opt for the Neo Splash instead. We are seeing the both of the buckets coming out on this map. A pretty strong map for it then. And yeah,
A
both
lot
teams
of
are
bubble,
picking-
booyah bomb, kind of like composition. Wall is also especially effective here because the map's so small, and you corner one of them, you can go the other side already. It's like free for you, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. Udon does get taken down. We're seeing Hurdles here. Ooh, gets one pick on one of them then. Wasn't able to find the other one on the NZAP, I believe.
So that's an interesting pick though, but Explosion over Hurdle's original choice of Charger. Hurdle's been doing pretty well, and if he can like maintain like half of the zone, his other team can maintain the other half. It's a pretty interesting choice for him to see him go for the Explosion instead. So let's just see how it goes here.
Hammer does come out. Doesn't get anyone. I know, it got one of them. It got the bathtub, I believe. That is still pretty important because the bathtub and the Explosion are primarily the turfers on the team here. We are seeing that the
he's
mini
all
here,
washed
the
out.
heavy does get taken up by the ink brush, which is pretty unfortunate here. We're seeing the Q.W.R, I believe, is just kind of pressuring onto the plat. The Explosion has finally been able to set up now. Ooh, the bubbles do
Nicely
get
done.
so did the bomb rush.
Yep.
It's gotten
There we go.
chaotic as soon as it was captured. Ooh,
Oh, there's
such-
such a bomb there. Oh,
Almost.
nicely done, Hurdles. Almost there.
Oh, but the armor comes out as well. It doesn't look like
Oh.
it's going to be in the favor anymore. You've got Spinton set up, and yeah, that's not something that the Explosion.
Guki is trying to get his hammer back up here, but we do see the Blob Blobber here having his special up. We're just waiting for it to come out. And also a splashdown from Sparky here.
Yes, that very much got the specials to be able to recap now, especially with the bubbles out. The Q.W.R is down, which is pretty bad for them, but they've got enough specials that they don't have to rely on it. By seeing that the bomb rush comes out, they're able to get the cap. They're saving the bubbles for an offensive use by the looks of it. And yeah, we're still seeing that. Oh, Sparky goes for the splashdown, does get Kyoma. Riot comes in, Riot and Sparky both looking at the Booyah bomb, but they aren't able to take them out in time. And ooh, that's pretty much double there because of the Booyah bomb. Ooh,
Beautifully done,
almost got the
done.
triple there. Yeah, considering it was a tense situation, that almost went really well for them, but
Sparky was just close to death. He was shy away for it.
yeah, and just went straight for it instead. So there's only a 10-point lead right now, and it's been constantly back and forth, and I think it's just because the both teams have an anchor and they're both looking at different sides of the mid, so neither of them are ever really gaining full control.
Well, put it this way, in Block Art Academy, the map's so small that 10 lead is always going to be like negated, or if you're strong enough, you're just going to start killing to the point where they can't go in. And there we go.
Yuki
Yeah, bomb.
gets sniped by the Booyah bomb here. But
Yuki
Riot's
not
able to get
Uki.
me yet.
Guki is not okay after that. No, no.
Yes, he's not.
Right, they're going in for that. They do get the control. Oh, they lost control there, but
The Neo
they're holding
Squad
it.
barely gets taken down. It's a 1-point meme, by the way. It's a 1-point meme.
And there we
They do
go.
manage to get the lead, however, but this penalty is totally one they can break through.
Lead's a lead.
It is, but this is not the kind of lead you want.
Oh, but let's see how it goes here, because now they have a lot of turf control on the other end here. Q.W.R is they're just waiting for an opportunity now. They have to
Did
just
you see the bomb
wait
rush up?
slowly.
I think they're gonna both. The bubbles have come out as well. The stamps come out, goes right through the bubbles. The Booyah bomb comes
Nicely
out.
done. Guki
He
taking
does
one
manage to
down.
go in. Yeah, he takes
Did you see another one?
That was the explosion. Yeah.
Oh, he's got another one. He's
Oh,
got a
that's
good
the
throw
first
right
one.
there. No, he
Well,
got one from
they
slam and then
managed
one for throw. Nicely done.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, we do see they managed to improve their lead by 10 points, 9 really.
They're doing it.
Yeah, and we're back into the same position as usual now. Sparky goes for a kind of flank right into them, but 3v1's another brush's specialty.
Oh, Booyah bomb
Booyah
here.
Lead is
we
taken,
get-
however.
oh,
Booyah bomb
Spin is
did
close to
pops
death
out
there.
as well. Oh, but it's still capped. Guki does go down to the bubbles, but we're also seeing that Q.W.R goes in, disrupts them a little bit. They do get the cap, however. Heavy stealing one up, they do jump out, sadly. So, Q.W.R here, still in a bit of a tense situation. They've got they've got effectively 40 points to get rid of, and it's going to go pretty much right to overtime. And we
Yeah.
are seeing Sparky goes into the base, isn't able to get anyone. They're still in there, however. And there's 2 down, 3 down now. I think Sparky actually got a successful base invade. Now Kermis left is the only one up, and he's immediately rushed by the brush again.
He's just gotta slowly push it.
Oh,
that's smart, yeah.
That's just... That's
one hit, by the way.
Oh, it looks like they're kind of rushing in now. Guki does go down. The Explosion doesn't go down. They're 8-7-6. I don't know if they're going to be able to get the cap at this point. They can't.
Unfortunately,
that's Q.W.R. Took it. That was.
I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah,
I'm speechless. It's amazing. Yeah, it was literally a battle of like, oh, if you get the bubbles up first, I'm gonna counter you with the bomb rush. If you get your bubble up first, I'll either counter with my own bubble, or we're just gonna utterly deny it with like splashdowns and whatnot. It's a crazy match, to say the least.
And yeah, 7 out of 8 of those specials gain turf control for the team. That's just no wonder it went back and forth that much. But we do finally see the set ends 2-3, very close on a lot of those matches. Really, I think the only ones that weren't was even the splat zones was fairly close on the first game. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this was a very close set. I think both teams pretty equal. The scorecard barely shows which team barely won over the other one. But very good games from both of the teams.
Yeah, Cephalation Anxiety, they were doing so well. Like at the end there, they picked up the pace, but I think Q.W.R was just that immovable force. They just walled them off, and that's it. They were doing so well.
They were constantly taking back the zone from each other, but I think Sparky went for base invasions about 3 times that match, and right as they were getting through their final penalty, they got the one base invade they needed and got a triple, I believe. That was pretty big for them getting the overtake, can I believe? And but yeah, that one pretty equal for both teams. I think that Cephalation Anxiety, if that brush wasn't in the base, I think there was a very good chance that they would have actually been able to try for an overtime, but sadly did not happen. And yeah, that's all we've really got to say about this one.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on the overall grand scheme of things? Because
let me just look at the bracket so far because I've only been paying attention to this match. So
yeah, I'll go ahead and say my thoughts on it, I guess, because I feel like this match was really down to teamwork versus specialization in that sense. Q.W.R had the specializations going in. They knew what to pick to counter the entire team of Cephalation Anxiety here, and that was very crucial for them. However, on the other end, they did have the teamwork to counter Q.W.R as well, which just made it such that they didn't really know what to do, but try to counter as best they can. So they were playing against the matchup versus the player. And that just became an entire battle of wits here on like, do we get them with our teamwork first? Then we go into just try random strategies that would work. Like we see in like Clan Blitz there, that final push there with the baller, and that really secured the win. Udon was like pushing in for it, everyone just followed along. Ride the wave or be stopped entirely. And that's my thoughts on this game at least, because with a map like Inkblot, it's just not a lot of place to move around and experiment, and that I think was the main cause of why Cephalation Anxiety lost.
I can see that, yeah. I think another thing is that double walls is a potent strategy. I think they were using in a lot of their matches, and I think that Inkblot doesn't give you many places where you can comfortably use those walls because the turf control on the zone isn't usable for it. You can't throw it on any of the high ground, and you've got no other turf remaining for it to be used right. So I think that Nozzle knows. I don't know if they actually ran double walls on that match because I think it was the heavy remix. But yeah, I think that some of their kids specifically, I'm not sure if the Kens and Nozzle knows really worked for them on Inkblot zones. I feel like realistically, if Guki wanted to switch to the vanilla one with the baller, it might work better for them just because it would mean a more reliable special that could help them gain the turf control and pushing on their base, etc. But either way, yeah. I think either way, yeah. I can't finish my sentence. That's all I can think. I should probably get going then because I've got a lovely dinner to eat.
Oh no!
Don't worry, we'll find you another commentator. I'll be back later on in the stream, probably in round 3. But my voice is a little sore from talking for 20 minutes, and I want to pepper my steak. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching so far, and I'll pass it over to Ryan for the temporary host, I suppose.
I will never forget you. Is Goizord done?
I just wanted to say I can't sing because my throat's sore. Alright, bye bye.
all by myself. Okay, before I break everyone's eardrums, I want to talk a bit more about I guess I would talk a bit more about myself and Weapon. For missing 2 seasons, I still think that a lot of the players here have been constantly improving. There are a lot of changes to the teams, especially with a few of them I know have been either disbanded or been casual. For example, Nameless is one of them from Singapore. Yes, I'm from Singapore as well. Thank you. We hail from there. They've been stepping down a bit more and being more casual, as well as Prismatic was recently disbanded and changed to Galaxink. Now that's a team I want to see coming up. They are competitive, they are definitely coming up. So far the other teams have been more mix and match now. They've either sort of disbanded and then changed, or, you know, just a mixture of the rest. So what are the games do we have coming up? Because to me, personally, I like to see more of the hype here, right? I want to see like a win-lose, 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 or a lose-lose-lose-lose-lose, and then suddenly they go back to a full wipe. You know, giving them the false hope that they come forward for it. So I want to see what games we have coming forward, right? So the round 2 matches are still pending. We're waiting for them, but a real quick rundown of the games we have. I'll just talk some notable ones that I have remembered from past games, right? So we have Hikari. Hikari's not been a team that's been up for quite a while. They've beat 3-0 the Freedom Fish. We have also Knife and Banana, a Malaysian team. Yes, that one is a prominent team I remember from my day. With against Valiant Vimos. Not sure where that is. Valiant Vimos took them over 3-1. Completely just couldn't take it. Now, this is the one I was talking about, Galaxink. Originally known as Prismatic, now changed to Galaxink, a new team entirely. Against Radiance. Radiance completely wiped out 3-0. Too Fast Too With Me against the Harold Holt player. Too Fast Too With Me takes a 3 down. And then we have Q.W.R versus Venomous Squids. Venomous Squids being a team of superior knowledge in the game against Q.W.R. It was just an unfair match for Q.W.R, but Q.W.R has definitely improved. They took 1 game off. Venomous Squids taking 3. Riptide and Riot. Riptide unfortunately losing off in a very close game. Riot taking 3 games, Riptide taking 2. So that's about all the things we have right now. We have round 2 coming up, and I will most likely be staying here for the entirety of the seeding tournament. I haven't been able to do any commentating myself, so best enjoy my voice while you can, right? So let me know what you guys think of the matches that are coming up here. There are a few that are coming up I'm trying to look at. At the moment, the seedings are not entirely confirmed. They're all still pending, so it's up for speculation. So with what I have here, I'm seeing a team like Hikari and Radiance. Oh, no, I have been informed by my super informant. We have the thing more or less settled, right? So I was going to talk about Hikari and Radiance, a very interesting team. So Radiance is like light, you know, it shines out bright. Nope, that was not a rhyme. Don't take it into context. Hikari is the Japanese word for light, so that's an interesting combination here. That's like it's basically light versus light. So I would love to see that. Knife and Banana versus Q.W.R. Now this one is another one that is interesting because these 2 teams have fought way back in the past. They've scheduled games with other players. They've played Oceanink. So seeing Q.W.R. and Knife Banana together it hits back home in my heart for me. I have no idea how to say that in any other way or fashion. And the other teams is Venomous Squids versus Valiant Vimos. At the moment, Venomous Squids and Valiant Vimos has got a nice track record against Knife and Banana, but will that stay the same when they come against, you know, Venomous Squids, a team that also has performed surprisingly well over the seasons? So we might have to see that. So real quick, let me check which teams we're going for. All right, very well. So I don't think we're gonna have my partner might not be here soon. So unfortunately, that means I'll be by myself. So buckle up. as for the games, we are now currently deciding on the games. But what games do you guys like to see? I'm curious. Yeah. I am a experienced player that dropped off that wants to be part of the scene. We call it a commentator. It's a very bad joke, but pardon me for that. And that's kind of why I'm still here. Because to be relevant, you need to be in the scene. And this is the best way to be in the scene without having to know or play much. But that's because I'm not in the scene. I don't know the games well enough. I don't know the players as much. So I want to know what you guys want to see. That's my take on it. So, yeah. And we have Goy there saying he has played all 4 seasons. Yes, I see you over there. Mikari and... Alright. I got the games here. And the deeds are in. My informant has called in. Yes, alright. Got it. Alright. We have Meraki and ReInk in our next game. Right? So, if you see the overlay there, it's not that. Stop looking at it. Like, take a piece of paper, cover it, right? And when I snap my fingers, they'll be back, alright? 1, 2, 3. I haven't snapped my fingers. Don't take the paper off yet. It's not changed. Give it a moment. 1, 2. Don't take that. Bob, I see you there, Bob. Don't take the paper off. I told you. Right? Give it a moment. Don't pull that paper off. We're changing it. Okay? We're changing it. We're changing it. Don't touch it. Now, what can I say? Okay, you know what? Fine. You want to take the paper off? Fine. I'll entertain you in some other way. Right? Meraki and ReInk are teams that I've not seen. I will be true to say that. The first one to admit. But having seen their composition from the past few games, or like even just going around and asking people, it's a very interesting team to say the very least. Meraki has a lot of long-range players, I would say at the very least. They really excel in long range, but they're really not afraid to just walk up and be like, hey, I'm a charger, I have like a full charge and you're in my way. You want to step aside or do you want me to shoot you? And on the other hand, ReInk has a lot more of a very balanced composition. They know when to pull in their players, move in and out. They really excel more in the movement base for quite a bit. It's been a while since I've seen that. And I think with me now, I might have another partner with me. So let me see right here. Alright. So I think my is Toadsili. I have to check that real quick.
Yeah, it's me. Hi. How you doing?
Sorry, who are you?
I'm Toad.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking for Toadsili. So I'm gonna have to ask you to step out.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. Okay. Sure, no problem.
Alright, see you. Hey, come back. Wait, I'm kidding. Come back. Hello, is this Toadsili?
Yeah, this is Toadsili now this time.
Ah, there we go. See, there's my...
Yeah, I don't know who that other guy was. So don't ask.
Yeah, alright. So, Toad, real quick here. I know I'm talking shit out my ass when I talk about this team, so I want you to give me a brief update here. So with Meraki and ReInk, do you know anything about that? Because from what I'm seeing here, from the team composition and whatnot, like I've already talked about how Meraki is a team that is primarily long range, but they don't mind going close range. One of the team players from the now extinct Prism Tink, Laserwolf, is in there. He excels in playing close range. Well, this team is really interesting. They really swap around the idea of playing their weapons. Their close range can be long range, their long range can be close range, and it just really sees the opportunity to like exploit like these weird tactics in that sense. But we also see it on ReInk. They have Nikosar, prominent player in Oceanink, and Tiger Van, another player that I've seen for quite a while. And the rest I'm just like clueless. So take it away.
Me, unfortunately, I'm probably not much better equipped at dealing with knowing what these particular players will particularly bring to the table. I could probably only really speculate based on the maps and modes that we have available to us. I could certainly see Gobby tower control being a really nasty one. You were mentioning a lot of flex between long range, short range.
Yeah,
That's definitely a map I would like to have both splash damage, so something like a blaster or a sloshing machine, maybe even an explosher, as well as long range. You can really lock down the opponent if you happen to take control of the center, that is, quite disgustingly so with
yeah, I understand what you
that
mean.
kind of composition.
And that's another thing we gotta remember, because with the Explosion, you also have the special, the bubble. The bubble not only acts as a line of defense, it also acts as a bomb. So you kind of have to respect it.
There is that for sure. I haven't actually seen a lot of vanilla Explosher in recent times.
Oh, we just saw that just in the last game when we were playing it against Q.W.R and Cephalation Anxiety. It was all over the place. I'm not even kidding. It was just bubble here, bubble there, bubble everywhere.
Well, I mean, well, that, you know, okay, so much for me saying that then. It's just, oh, hey, you just missed it. It's just there.
Hey,
okay.
Look, it's Commentators code, right?
Precisely.
Yeah, there we go.
And in any case,
no, but going along with the Commentators curse, we're not going to see Game 5. So now that I've said that and established that, we're probably going to see Game 5.
No, it doesn't work like that. You can't. It doesn't work like that. We've tried. It doesn't work. You can't deliberately jinx yourself to get the outcome you want. It doesn't work that way. We wish it did, but it just not.
Okay, so I'm gonna play.
Anyway.
Let's play a game. All right.
Okay, that depends.
So,
yeah. Okay.
What team do you want to vote for? Because I think that having a little friendly competition on the battlefield, but also on the commentator side, is an interesting thing to say, right?
That's one way of looking at it, but as I just mentioned, I'm not that familiar with what weapons and playstyles many of these
okay, have fun. I'm picking Meraki.
Fine, well then I'm just going to have to go with ReInk, because I've been told they are the solo. It is one of the solo registrant teams, so...
Oh, wait, I want Nikosa. Take me back.
With Nico with Nico as captain. Yeah,
all right, so,
like
I'm sorry. I've got to support my my old friend here, Laser Wolf. Rooting for you.
Okay, fair enough.
Right, so,
fair enough. But
a fellow Singaporean player, right?
I'm gonna have to give it with the solo pickup team, just on that basis alone. It's important to support people that might not be on a team. So.
Very well.
The first stage, though, SZ Mako.
Yes, it's a Splat Zones as well. So with that map, it's really interesting to see how this will work, because you have two layers to this battlefield, up, down.
Wait, hold on, hang on. Were the overlays wrong? Why are we on Manta Rainmaker? Okay, whatever. Let's just go with it.
With Cancer Splash Shot Pro, we have the ballpoint here, we have the paintbrush, and the N-Zap. On the other side, Nikosa is going with the Rain Blaster. We also see Splash Shot Pro, the Rain version, and we also see another ballpoint and another N-Zap. The composition is almost the same, right?
Thermal Ink, though, on the ballpoint is an extremely underrated build here on Gabriel.
Dr. Shum almost getting taken out, but Gabriel just takes Nikosa out. Nice save there. Alright, we do see a tree wipe here. Hydro is stuck in the corner. What do you think? Because it looks like they're a bit stuck here. ReInk has got to work something out here. They're slowly trying to move in for the Rainmaker here, not Splat Zones. Let's remember that.
Yeah, for sure. We did see one try to go for the bunker there, quite unsuccessful as well.
ReInk has got to work on understanding when they want to pop the bubble, because they were having a lot of ink control and they decided to pop the Rainmaker, and that just gave the opposing team there a lot of chance to throw bombs in and like cover back the area. There we go. We do see Hydro and getting a double kill there. Nicely done. Patty is going in with that brush, moving in, takes on the Rainmaker here. Ink armor comes in, but it's not affected to the Rainmaker. So do we see a blaster kill? Blaster kill right there. Nicely done. What do you got?
Also does manage to save him just for a little bit to get some more points on the board as well. But pretty much a complete reversal there with another 3. Oh, okay, no, pseudo white. There we go.
Did you see that? The splashdown by Nikosa.
Yeah, I did. That was actually really well positioned. The teammates didn't have anywhere to go. That's that. It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, I mean, ReInk is the best. Shit, I mean...
Now. A very desperate but successful play there, managing to get the Rainmaker past.
They were close. Oh,
59.
Ronan just going off the edge there. Not the way you want to go. You go forward, not backwards. And it looks like the Rainmaker is now in possession here.
We do see the ink armor. We do see the ink armor going up as well to try and help facilitate that push there. Blaster, unfortunately, already in position under the bunker. Can they dislodge Nicosaur though?
Nicosaur is moving in. He's trying to jump in. Gamer moves in.
He does the reversal, but can...
Oh, there we go! He's taking the lead!
He does! Nice!
He trades it off at the very least. Now their teams are going down 1-1. 2-2. Their teams are coming back again. Hydro throws out the rain here, trying to cover some more ground here. I think he potentially foresaw like an enemy over there and it just throws it out. Now the Rainmaker is back in position. We do see the Blaster here having the special. We're not gonna see when it's gonna come out. Let's just see when you want to use. Hydro is close to death. I swear that...
never mind Hydra, the Rainmaker happened to fall off the stage there. Not sure if that was deliberate though, since that does force the Rainmaker shield to go back up.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point of to discuss about contention here. We do see Gabriel now with Rain here. Rain comes out once again. Are we gonna see it? Unfortunately, Tiger comes in, takes out the long range. You see what I mean by that? Their teams are really interchangeable. They have a more balanced team on a Nexus end against, you know, ReInk. Meraki just needs to figure out how to use their niche tactics a bit more, and then they'll be able to like capitalize on that. ReInk, however, with the balanced team composition, it makes it easier for you to coordinate. So all they need to do is really just figure out when they want to push in and go in together.
Well, but speaking of times to push in, this would be a good one to do right now with another 3 down.
There we go. They've got the Rainmaker here. Hydro abandoning Rohan here. Dying going for the flank here. Does he get a kill?
Not going to work a second time. They were already set up there in position, waiting for him to move over.
Laser Wolf catching him off. Oh, the Booyah bomb here. Booyah with me ready. 1, 2, 3. Booyah.
Booyah.
Alright, there we go. And now we're going to move in. Rohan is moving in for it.
Gabriel again going for the sneaky flank. Oh, he's not able to get any extra points on the board. It was, but not quite enough on the board.
Yeah, their plays are they're managing to get their plays in the right order, but like, I think there's a lack of communication on the other end because it looks like they're all so spread out. Oh, they traded off with Patty here.
It's interesting that you do raise that because I do feel that perhaps there might also be a little bit of desperation. The time is running out as well. Can they hold it for another 5 seconds?
5, 4, 3.
Okay, no, we will have overtime. No. There will be the overtime.
Tiger is probably the best player on the Rainmaker because it looks like he's always grabbing it on. Although it might be desperation as well, so... Yeah. Oh, this is it. Yeah, unfortunate.
There was a very nice play there by Tiger to back up, waiting for the rest of the team. As you were saying earlier, there was that sense that the players were a lot spread out, and Tiger right there at the end recognized that he was alone and did manage to back up a bit. Unfortunately, it just was not enough as the rest of their opponents basically closed in and sealed the deal there. But if they are able to get that coordination going for the... Okay, now we have the updated list.
There we go.
It was wrong map, guys. It's okay. It's cool. It's cool.
It's all good. It's all good. Hey, don't. Hey, I hear you in the comments. I hear you speaking in the mic. Hey, my man at the back, he's good. He's good. He's all on this, man. He just needed to test your reflex. They needed to test you to make sure you're actually watching stream. I know some of you are just like on it. Okay.
But right. Can we get a quick check that the next map actually is TC Gobby, or is that also wrong? We'll need to get a check on that, because now I'm just like, well, I talked about Gobby, you know, picking...
Explosion, right?
Well, AoE, anything with splash damage, AoE, is very effective.
Oh, it was just the first map, right?
Okay, just the first map. Okay, so Gobby's
fine.
Is still in play. Okay. That's good. Well, in that case, I reiterate what I said. AoE is good. K-Pro is good. As well, the Booyah Bomb is very good at clearing out the plat that overlooks into the center as well. Which,
There's another thing I want to talk about actually. Well, they're not going to be playing basketball there. They're going to be taking the tower and having AoE on the tower itself. Or like at least as it's pelting the tower. It's always good because it forces a point of contention for them to like move backwards. Or do they want to try and like swerve around like the small little pillar? And it's funny to see because we talked about this a long time ago, like I think 3 seasons back. Like how can an Inkling or an Octoling hide against that small thing? It's just funny to me. But like I don't think we need to think about that right now because if they're able to block it, I mean it's beneficial for them. So let's just see how the games go. We're going into the next round.
Indeed.
So let's just see the composition as the overlay just slides over.
There we go.
See, my man's on the job, man.
All right, so not a huge
change
from Meraki's side.
Yeah, Petty has
Nyterra. I know Nyterra there on the Rapid Deco. Not a weapon I see particularly often these days.
Inkjet though, Inkjet. Gotta remember.
Yeah, Inkjet and of course a nice ranged AoE option for this stage.
Oh, we do see an option for missiles here. Missiles definitely giving them a good idea to spread. It's not the worst special ever since the update where they buffed it. But I wouldn't say it's the best for this map either. And unfortunately, it looks like I think that ReInk caught them off there. ReInk completely obscuring vision. Dr. Mushroom holding on to that tower, taking on. Can they take it off? We see the chicken. Oh, you see what I mean? The tower that just saved it. Yeah. Dr. Mushroom moving back for it. Nicely done. Laser caught in the fire there. Gives a bit more space to work with. A lot of tough control is coming in from ReInk here. Sorry, my mic is not working a bit.
No, that's fine, that's fine.
Alright, Nyterra trying to go for the Inkjet here. Oh, he gets one. I was gonna say Nyterra might totally missed it off, but Nyterra got it. But Nyterra is running a rapid blaster, right? I don't think that's a good idea to be standing that close. And but Nyterra understands the range and trying to utilize it to capture the opponents at the other end. Gabriel getting caught, trying to get caught down there, but Dr. Mushroom takes a hit. Rohan is also on the point and contention. Laser, there we go. Holding on to that point right there, holding on to that tower. Are we gonna see a booyah? No, we don't see a booyah.
There is the range deployed there from Hydra as well, which should help their push if they're able to get the picks. And they do! That's 3 down. This is a big opportunity for them to be able to take this.
Come on, full wipe. No full wipe. Is Laser gonna take them out all by itself?
I mean, probably getting a bit too greedy there, but Hydro playing it cool there, but being able to get it down to 52 as well. Nice
Hydro got
movement.
the idea there. Hydro was on the right end when he decided to stay on the point and try to defend it, but I think he was just overstaying his stay, You can't stay in the hotel for too long, you gotta leave when you need to leave. That's his time.
It's extra points on the board, and it's really hard to push past that second checkpoint as well, so that puts them in a nice position.
Very true, very true. Dr. Mushroom here moving in for the point of contention. They're trying to take off the flank so that, I don't think Laser can come in. Laser has been camping that area ever since he got spammed in the center. And I think he's decided, hey, that's a good point of contention. We're going to stand there. We're going to shoot them. He's been good with his aim anyway, so it's totally fine. And do we see Laser back there? Let's see. Also, I haven't seen Nyterra for a while. Let's see what he's up to here. Real quick, I want to know where he is. Ah, okay, I see him there. He's moving.
Never mind. I mean, they're all dead now, so that's a full. That's
booyah. Let's go. Let's go.
They're all down.
Oh, we do see Nyterra coming back straight for it. Hydro also giving a support fight here. They're moving back and forth here. Nicely done. Nyterra just trying to maintain the position, and he's a bit in the wrong range for that. We do see Dr. Mushroom trying to engage him. I think he's actually got Dr. Mushroom. Nyterra's already pushing forward back already. Tiger now moving in. He's standing in the bomb. Nyterra and Tiger goes down together.
That double bomb splat.
Nicely done. Hey, one for all for one, right? Laser going in. Nice trade. One for all for one. Both going down together.
Whichever way it goes, except precisely. Yeah. We do see here though, that again, they're getting very close to this second checkpoint, but just not able to get those points on the board.
We see the Incomer coming up, giving them a bit more space. Nyterra, I think he's a bit in a tough spot there, and it just goes down because Imara as well is giving them a lot of time to work with.
Yeah, for sure.
It's 4 wipes in a row, right? I mean, like I can't believe it myself. It's just going back and forth. Oh, there we go, the Booyah Bomb. Doesn't take anything out, but it definitely gives them a bit more space to work with because it holds down the point, doesn't let them come in. Hydro charging up that ball point. Are we seeing something gone? Goizord getting taken out by Patty there. Unfortunate. Patty having ink armor might be able to help out here. Dr. Mush is standing on a point of ink armor. This might actually help. Oh, we almost see that Automom going in. Goizord making good work with that Blaster's range.
It's pretty much at this point, having cleared that second checkpoint and getting it down to almost 20 points, this is a very strong position. It almost feels like ReInk they're just, I feel kind of like ReInk are almost throwing themselves at the tower.
Hey, maybe this is a point of contention for them. Goizord, you see, oh, unfortunately, Goizord had the idea, he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time because it comes in. Tiger holding on to that point, you gotta sit tight there, buddy.
He will need to, as we are now going into overtime. But ReInk basically need to dish out what's been dealt to them. Oh, there is actually DC as well, just towards the end with the cancer splatter shot. Doesn't matter, however, as
the game ends.
Meraki will be able to seal that win.
Alright, so I feel like ReInk, like, you know, the team you root for, why are you BMing Meraki, man? Why are you giving them false hope that they may win and then try to come back?
I mean, those splat assist scores on there more or less speak to the nature of that round. It's just absolutely devastating.
I know, but man, if ReInk wants to try and like give them false hope, man, I mean, your mind games ain't gonna psych Meraki. I'm gonna tell you that now. You just give them 2 free points.
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not my intention here.
No, you're lying to me. We're gonna see ReInk take like 3 games back, right? And then we're gonna be like, oh my god, I did not see this happening.
I mean, that's easy for you to say now.
We're gonna see a game 5. We're gonna see a game 5.
Remember what I told you, it doesn't work.
No, we're gonna see a game 5. We're gonna see a game 5. I believe in the heart of the cards.
Oh, well, I mean, it is Black Belly, and a lot of people do say that Black Belly is very... what's the word that we... How does one best describe Black Belly again?
Hit or miss. I guess they never hit, huh?
Okay.
It's a hit or miss. I'm not wrong. I mean, you get a boyfriend by the form of a clan boy, and I guess it doesn't hit, yeah.
It's not Rainmaker.
It's a clan ball. Oh, lobby went down, by the way.
That's all right. We have more than enough time for the technical side of things to be volatile. That's a very nice word I'm looking for there, Aeon Frodo. Thank you.
Do we have more time for me to sing?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right, hit or miss. I guess they never. All right, but back into it. Black Valley for Clan Blitz here.
Volatile is definitely the word I would use to describe this stage. Having played on it in the past as well, having some of the most clutch back and forth, at least in Rainmaker, but yeah, volatile is definitely the word I would use. A lot of back and forth.
I'm trying to form words in my head, and like I can't fit it together. Because for me, when I used to play, I was in a team called Team Sotong. And it's a Singaporean word for like squid. Haha. Nice Sotong fun. Alright. So when we played Black Belly, before the update, it was cancerous. After the update, it was just as bad. It was not fun.
You're referring to the map redesign?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was just trying. What update? What? Yeah. Okay. This is one of the maps that did manage to get a redesign. Let's just leave it at that.
It kind of feels the same regardless. I can't really tell you like anything different.
The flow of the map is for better or worse, relatively unchanged ever since the redesign. At the very least, Rainmaker Black Belly is not a complete washout anymore.
Oh yes, that's true. Because the last time when you get down, you either win or you mess up so bad that you lose. Somehow, even though you're in the lead with like 1 point left.
Well, I'd argue not anymore, because at the very least, if you get a wipe, it's not a guaranteed win. Like, I mean, it's a strong push, but it's not that instant, like 100 to 0 in like 20 seconds.
Well, it's not a strong push, but I think that it's really good for them. And now here we're gonna see the games.
Yep. Would not be surprised to see short range blasters, splashdown.
I'm hoping to see a Clash Blaster because I want to talk over it.
Well, there's the regular blaster from Nyterra, or thinking on the same wavelength here, and that is a lot of main power up on that roller.
Oh, we do see both teams having a ballpoint as well, and 2 different NZAPs again. I think those are the 2 weapons that both of them are like really specialized in, and they just like go for it. Laser here with the Antares? Oh, is it the Cancer? Yeah, Cancer.
I believe those are Cancer Dualies.
Yeah, Cancer Dualies. So Cancer Dualies has the Baller, if I'm not wrong, right?
That's correct. Yeah. It's,
yes, and that's really good for well, specifically on this stop. There we see. Right, because the Baller allows you to move in, it creates a trail for your team, and not only that, you have an explosion radius, you also have a shield, and when that happens, you're basically good. But I'm really afraid to see Tiger with that powered up like roller. I don't want him to like start
he does have a power clamp at the ready along with the splashdown special as well. Does seems to be a little stalled here in terms of the momentum though. They really need to be able to find a way in.
Nicely done. Now they're waiting for an opportunity here. We do see both of them having 2 specials. They have a splashdown. All Tiger needs to do is go in, get a special. There we go. We see the opportunity.
He does. Nice.
Nice splashdown. Nicely done. Giving a lot of control in space. We're going to see Dr. Mushroom push in with Gabriel, trying to hold that. Dr. Mushroom unfortunately gets taken out again. Tiger is just going ham. I think this is the mode that Tiger wanted. It's not the best mode, but it's the mode that Tiger can sit with.
Certainly with that roller as well. See, taking that big dive. But they do manage to get 2 power clams in. Not the worst score to start off with.
Yeah, so I know I'm not supposed to talk about your team, but one thing I like about ReInk here is that they are really on point when it comes to attack. There is nothing that says, I'm gonna stop. It's just, no, you stay away. My turn. And it's like, they just don't give a fair chance to them to attack. And as soon as they get a momentum, it pushes in. And we do see that happen here. Because while Meraki is like slowly trying to push it, like trying to find an opportunity. ReInk just tells them no.
I mean, as it is right now, Gabriel, they're trying to move in there. I guess Laser will now be trying to take it and pick it up. Doesn't have the baller at the ready, and Hydro is already set up at that point.
Yeah, Laser cannot be the lone wolf here. He has to move in with his team here.
Definitely.
Alright, Tiger now advancing again, but unfortunately he gets stopped by Laser as well. Trying to go in for a team wipe here by camping spawn, I think. Not a good idea. Gabriel is now holding on to 4 clans, trying to contest the area a bit more by inking area, and then Toby motion. Moves into an infested area here. Hydro is fighting against Gabriel with Nyterra to boot. It is not easy for Gabriel, but with that mouse speed, he's moving really fast. I don't know, what are your thoughts on the game right now? Because it looks pretty balanced. Like, while ReInk has the high ground, no one could OB1 here, and it just seems like Meraki is just like holding the fort down really well. What do you think?
Really hard to get a feel for the flow of this game right now. So I can see here, like, most of the center has been very green for a good portion of time, and yet the clam counter remains quite low on both teams here. So it's really hard to get a feel for what each team is trying to do and when they're trying to do whatever it is that they plan to do.
Yeah, that's definitely true, but I'm gonna say this now. You have activated my trap card by saying the entire field is green. It is now turned blue.
I see.
And now Dr. M with it.
The commentator's curse strikes again, unfortunately.
Oh, we see the hammer moving in. Nicely done. Patty is moving in for it.
There are plenty. There were plenty of clams right round the basket. Unfortunately, they expired just as they managed to score with the power clam.
It's an unfortunate moment.
Unfortunately, there is a disconnect by the cancer brush.
Patty is not
Meraki.
anymore. Yeah.
So,
Laser getting taken out. So it's the last few seconds, so I don't think they can do much about it. And
No, they
that
are
note-
going to have to play it out.
Yeah, they are gonna have to play out last 30 seconds. I don't think you can like replay that, so that's unfortunate. But here we're looking at a win from ReInk, like I said. So I think this is a good point to say that hey, maybe this outcome isn't so bad because
I mean, we do get an extra game, and there pretty much is nothing that can be done to defend against this push at this
and
stage.
once again, I tell you, you activated the commentators first by saying we only get one game. We now have 2 games. ReInk is taking the next one. Come on.
I don't know. There is the overtime granted, of course, but it's basic. It's not even really a sympathy overtime. It's just sort of dragging out the pain at this point, unfortunately, as ReInk are able to push through and take the lead there.
Come on. I think we're going in for it.
I mean,
Like I said, I don't know why.
if you're wishing upon more DCs on our players here,
No, I don't
to try and get a game 5, nah, we don't need that.
Nah, I'm just saying, why you hiding ReInk's like skill here? Why is ReInk giving them like the mind games here? Like, you're gonna take 2 games, but we're gonna crush your score. We're gonna crush your morale. Because it looks like that to me, man. I'm just saying.
Nah. If we do back up a bit, when we did still have 8 players in that game, it really did feel like though that it was difficult. There was difficulty of either team really gaining more like a convincing
lead.
A convincing upper hand, well, not too much a lead, but an upper hand, like a sense of dominant control of the stage and the flow of the game. A lot of back and forth, even when there was like one team that sort of had set themselves up as the sort of dominant control of the map. So I guess in that sense, the fact that there is this back and forth does definitely suggest that despite this sort of blowout, if you will, of the first 2 games, that depending on the right map and mode, that the skill between the 2 teams is definitely like closer than what the first few games had at least suggested. So maybe we will see a game 5.
Well, I want to ask you something. Do you see a pattern here? If America takes the first 2, then ReInk takes the next one. What do you think is the next one? Because you gotta remember that the first 2 games were objective based. They were point objective bases, and now the next one is a bit more flexible. Like, you don't necessarily need to do objective to win. As much as you have to do the objective, you just need to be active in terms of like what you're doing to get things moving. You get what I mean?
Well, I mean, it is albacore for one, so that already says a lot of things. Both teams having the ballpoint anchor though will play very nicely to this stage, as ballpoint is an excellent long-ranged option on this stage.
Well, they came together in the update, right? Ballpoint and albacore.
Oh, jeez, this is going back a far while. I think so.
Oh, was it the Blob Lobber? Because I'm pretty sure if it's a package deal, I mean, like, everyone was just going... No, it was slightly after. Slightly after, if I'm not wrong.
It's around about that same time, but I think the map coming out at around the same time as the weapon, ballpoint specifically here, I think is more of a coincidence than a, hey, we made this map just for ballpoint.
No accidents.
No.
I learned that from a Master Uguay. It's really good. You should watch it. He's in Coffee Panda.
Oh, right. That is a good movie.
Alright, so that's another thing I want to talk about, because like as I was saying that, I realized that ReInk is now a bit more specialized in terms of the killing motif. And if they can get kills on the swipe zone, that means ink pops out. And do you see where I'm going with this?
I think so, but we will see if that actually pays off.
And we do see on... Yeah,
Nico's sticking with the Blaster and Doctor going with the Dapples Norval.
So we do see
I'm about to say Liza on the Kensa Junior as well. I could see that working on this stage.
The thing is, I do see their team looking more favored towards slaying now. It's not the most like Slayer type thing because they have the Kensa Splash Shot Pro with laser on it. So there we go. You see, Booyah Bomb, Booyah Booyah. All right, and then it just makes it a bit more balanced and not aggressive. But as I say that, we do see the fact that because the opposition has an NZAP as well, that missile, as long as they're on the point, they're gonna utilize that. Nicely done by Laser, taking a nice splat on. Oh, stuck there, unfortunately.
Right into that splashdown too.
I think he was
absolutely
unfortunate. Oh, Tiger,
unfortunate positioning there, and Tiger cleaning up as well with a very nice dunk on that ball point.
Truly holding to his name tag thing. Tiger.
Now, Eye of the Tiger, if you will.
Yes, there we go.
I was pleased there to see Tiger try to move up there to try and put more aggressive pressure onto the enemy team. Obviously a bit more exposed, but that has bought a little bit of time for ReInk to try and regain control. Unfortunately, the eternal commentator's curse, as I say that, is that that's basically a team wipe. So
yeah. I'm not sure what happened because, like, I remember when they got the free wipe, like, Meraki was like one left with laser, and he contested the whole point on his own. I'm not sure what the other team was. And we do see Nico getting it, a trade-off.
Was that spectator lag? Whatever. Okay, that just looked really weird on this end.
Nico saw going to blaster, hoping to get something off. Let's see how it goes.
ReInk do. Ooh,
laser.
But to say, Nico does go down, but the splashdown managing to flip the zone will buy them the time with the penalty to try and drag this game out a little bit longer.
Yeah, but America's in the lead now. I mean, it was initially going towards the favor of ReInk, and that was really good, but unfortunate, right? But we do see they're trying to make a push and a comeback here. So let's see how it goes here. And we do see them push back for it.
Another trade there by Nico with the Kensa Pro that does shut down one of the two ranged options.
We do see a torpedo taking out the supposedly now dead NZAP, so that's unfortunate. Tiger now trying to assert his dominance. We do see a splashdown. Oh, we see a lag there. So
the splashdown there was actually very well timed to basically nullify and cancel out the bubble special as well. So, and that just gives ReInk enough time to, again, flip the zone to give the penalty, but they need a more dominant flip of control here.
Yeah, they don't just need a flip of control, they need a swipe. They just want to get a free wipe and then they can push in. Because we see that they're just like straggling in one by one. And that's really the problem here because they have a full team on the board. And like 4v2, I think we all know who's going to win. Unless you're Tiger and you're getting like quads here, it's really hard because the other weapons don't excel that well in killing hordes. Like the blaster is really slow. You can get like a free kill, but that's all you can do.
Unfortunately, that will seem to be about it. As you were mentioning there was a lot of funneling in one by one towards the end there. Not necessarily the wrong approach, especially with Tiger sort of diving there as they were running out of time.
Yeah.
But probably something that needed to not be happening earlier as well, as Meraki will take the third game. There will be no Game 5 this set.
Unfortunate. I was hoping to see a Game 5, so that when I go out, my track record of having all Game 5s would have been great.
Ah, well. Unfortunately so, but Meraki definitely demonstrating a very fine display of team coordination there.
Alright, so real quick on your end, are you gonna be talking about the next game or will you be moving out?
We do have a pretty chock-a-blocks list here of people that need to stretch their commentator muscles, if you will. So I do believe that I will be stepping out to help out
well-
other people to actually do that.
Yeah. So was it my bad breath? I'm so sorry if it was.
No.
Okay, very well, very well.
No, that's fine. That's
No, that's an unfortunate end though. So I guess I'll be seeing you on the other side, and
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a blast talking to you. I mean, come on.
It's been good. It has been good. It's but it's nice that we finally have these competitive games starting up again. So
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll be around. So I'll just
Yeah, sure.
I'll take my cue to head out over here.
So I guess I'll see you. Sayonara, Toad. You have been a service to us. And then up next.
Yeah, hi.
See, my partner's already got it. I don't even need to introduce him. He can do it himself.
Hello, it's me. I'm here.
Hello, it's you. How are you doing? It's you.
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Whoever you are, you've not introduced
Oh, I'm
yourself
whoever.
tonight. Hi, whoever.
Hi, it's you.
It's me. Baba is you, actually. In fact, this is a very
Ah,
interesting.
Baba is you. Good game, actually.
I
So
know, I haven't-
let's do I don't know. Let's have a proper introduction. Hi, name's Nyterra. I'll be with you once again for round 3, and we have.
Me, Aytoms. I'm coming in for round 3. I don't know, maybe round 4, maybe not round 4. Yeah. How are the games so far? I haven't really been paying attention. I played many video games. Multi-Blood's in there.
Yeah, I really want to talk about the games from before. The last 2 games we had one game 5, and the next game was our game 4. We hit to game 4. I'm really hoping it doesn't go to a trend of game 5, game 4, game 3. Yeah,
I hope so as
it's-
well, because I like game 5s. I like fun games.
The hype is there. We get to tell people, hey, you want to see game 5? It's a game 5. Come on.
I agree.
Spend a bit more time with us. We'll rope you in.
We need the gamers. We need
Come
the
in my
gamers.
van.
No! That's not good.
Stranger
Okay,
danger?
who are we specking today?
Yeah. Let's just talk about the games that's happened so far. So, I'm not sure how the games have gone so far. I'm gonna check real quick for round 2. The games, Oh, we hear something different there. Okay, so for round 2, I was talking about some of the teams that were playing. So let me just run through them real quick. We had Radiance and Hikari, like I said, both meaning something similar to light. Hikari being a Japanese word for light, Radiance being, the bright radiance of light. So
Yes.
Radiance, unfortunately, outshining Hikari, getting a 3-0 on them. We do see Riot versus Too Fast 2 Woomy here. Riot definitely not a fan of Too Fast 2 Woomy, just Riot's back 3-1. I was talking about the ex-Prismating team, now known as Galaxync, having a 3-0 on the Freedom Fish. And let's see. Splatbacks is another team that has been in the scene for a while. Splatback versus Peer Pressure. Splatback's getting a 3. So real quick, let me just check.
Got some hot games. I hear some furious entering of numbers. Radiance versus Riot. Who are we
I'm
watching
just looking.
right now?
So yeah, the last one is Cribble versus Knife Banana. Cribble, better team than Knife Banana for a majority of the season. So yeah, trio. Now we're looking. I'm not sure if the games are confirmed yet. I have to check.
We don't know. Wait, no. Round 3. Yeah, round 3 bracket has been announced, which is Cephalation, Anxiety, Wrathful Luigi, Crowbell. Oh no.
Oh, can we see
Anxiety.
Splatbacks
You want me to just
Galaxy?
read them out?
Oh, we don't have to read them all out.
I can read them all out though.
Confirm streaming what I mentioned above. Oh, so it's not Splatback with Galaxy. Okay, my bad. So that was definitely a team I would have loved to see, but we saved the best for last, right? So Freedom Fish versus and Peer Pressure. All right, so those are the 2 teams that we're looking forward to.
I
So,
don't know much about them.
hey, neither do I. So let's go in blind. It's like a blind date.
Freedom
Okay,
Fish.
you come in with like best expectation of who you're gonna meet. and then you come up with like the feeling of like, hey, met someone really good today. Ain't that right?
Buggers.
Do you want to come to my van now?
No, not good.
Okay, how about the car?
Who could it be? Where's I'm just looking at things.
Okay, so real quick, we need to update the commentary tag to your name first.
Yeah.
Then we're all good.
I don't know. I can be Toad. I can be incredibly powerful.
Okay, hi Toad. It's nice to meet you again. No?
Yeah. Hi. I'm sorry. I'm not really paying attention. Smile.
All right. Jokes aside. What you don't know about teams, but
I do, but also I really don't. I don't.
I can tell you one player from Peer Pressure, and I swear it's not.
Oh no, they're
player
here. They're here. The things are here.
Yeah, I can only
see
tell
it.
you about Chia. Okay, Chia was in Hikari, if I'm not wrong, and then now it's swapped over to Peer Pressure. And also, I
Huh?
like the nice like pun they made there, the Peer Pressure.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, you know, like a dot, like the peers.
I can't. It's like a pun, but I feel like there's more meaning to it. It's not coming to me. It's like there, but I feel like there's
It's
something
like you stand on
in
the
there.
pier and you get pressured to like jump in.
No, peer pressure.
Like a swim.
God, there we go. Thank you. You legend. I understand it now. It's peer pressure.
Yeah, the peer pressure to fall in the water.
Peer
Stand on the
pressure.
ledge, and then you just get like the intense feeling in you.
No, I just realized the double meaning. Hello, what's salty? What's on the floor? There are things on the floor.
Vadians versus Riot. Yeah,
Ah,
that
yes,
was
my
one I want to see that. Let me think. Okay, so right now we're just waiting for the games to be in, and just now I was talking about in the first round, round 1, not round 2, not round 3, round 1, that having different team sizes also affects your play. Being the idea that if you have a small team, you can coordinate much better, even though you don't have specializations. However, on the other end, if you have specializations for certain modes, you might excel countering the enemy team as well as excelling in the game mode. So I don't know about you, but I think like for the first round in Tower, coordination is everything, and even the next one Clamlets. So
What?
I'm gonna see a win for Freedom Fish.
Okay, we're going. No. Yeah, I'm not paying attention at all. Yes, and also no. Who wants to start off?
Alright, so we do see a full Cancer team on Freedom Fish here, and also Peer Pressure, we do see a mixture of the Nihilist, the Bamboozler, and as well as the Spatoscope. So that's interesting because, like I said, Chia is a short-range player, so having the Bamboozler with power up is definitely going to help. Having an instant 2-shot kill is always helpful. Easy splats. Chia already up with that. Nicely done.
Already up. This is so
Peer
weird.
Pressure is really brilliant. I
So
feel
weird.
like the whole game is... Yeah, I feel like Peer Pressure's entire game plan is literally to give them pressure. Just pressure them with like missiles and everything. And that's just good. See, we also see, wow, legendary jump.
Very, very solid jump.
I mean, like,
yeah, no, I
it's
wouldn't be
just-
surprised. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised. If that's the strategy to put on pressure.
Oh, nice.
A lot of the biggest things in Tower though isn't just pressure, but you also need to be getting a lot. You need to have kill consistency in order to make ground in this case because you need people on that tower, and it's very hard. To
And we already see what you're just saying. Almost like a foreshadowing. It's happening because Freedom Fish is going in, and they're just easily pushing forward without any kill pressure. It looks like Peer Pressure is the one in pressure here.
Yeah, I fully agree with you.
Yeah,
It looks
Benny
like
with the missile.
what's happened here is that there's a lot of desync in the spawns, right? You're getting one after the other instead of
It's straggling in.
So it's making pressure incredibly hard. It's just a constant trickle, and there's not much they can do because they don't have the time to make it back. So that's game 1 to Freedom Fish. Oh.
Wait, I think there's like I'm sensing something. A triple meaning behind Peer Pressure.
Triple meaning.
Yeah. It
I
feels like Peer
swear,
Pressure
I
is trying
swear
to-
there was something to do with peers and pressure, like not peer pressure, but like peer and
Yeah,
pressure.
I know what I mean, but I feel like they're trying to like hold full freedom fish in, you know? Let them have their freedom to swim around, and as soon as they go deep enough into their game, they get like psyched, and then like peer pressure comes in like, no, you can't take the win. We're
I
taking the win
agree.
back. It just feels like that right now, cause like it felt like that their straggling was like just them warming up, or like an inconsistency. They're just like trying to make you think like, oh, we're playing bad, and it's just they're psyching it. I feel it.
However, why did you come to this conclusion? This scares me.
For you see, I am a maniacal schemer.
Maniacal schemer. Nothing
Yes.
else. Just a very
Yeah, just a
maniacal.
maniacal schemer. I mean, like, I'm not gonna try and take over the world.
Did Freedom Fish's logo change from yellow to purple just then?
Yeah, it did. That's cool, right?
What?
Oh no, it's corresponding to the colors of the
They don't have like a proper logo yet.
Yeah, they don't have a proper logo.
Oh, that's interesting. I had no
You know,
idea
they should
that
put a
functionality.
fish with a wing and a halo.
That would
Freedom
be
fish, I'm covering for you guys. That one's free on me. Take it.
You make a lot of puns. I like. Oh, this is weird.
Oh no, you want to do one better? It's Pride Month now. Put like a rainbow on it. Freedom. Oh, you know, have the fish have an American flag behind it. Freedom.
Freedom. Very scary.
All on it. I'm all on it.
Oh. What's next, Matt? So we got climbs on. Oh, it's not coming to me.
Climate's on. It's the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. Also, can we have a commentary name change? I'm so sorry. It's still on Toad.
It doesn't really matter. I don't really care. Muscle Forge.
Hey.
Yeah, climbs Muscle Forge. So this is
Muscle Forge.
pretty interesting because from what I've seen, they don't really have much range. Yeah.
on the team
you
here.
go with that weapons.
I'll go on the right side. Peer pressure. We have a lot of short range weapons. We see a Tony Kensei umbrella, and we also see the brush now in play. On the other end, we do see a Tenta umbrella. Always a good option onto any climb blitz map, especially with a long archway. It gives you a lot of cover as well as movement. And we do see the Dynamo on the other end as well. Dynamo is a lot of range, a lot of power. You don't want to be on that end.
Yeah. No, the Dynamo is very, very,
Oh, we
very
already see a
solid as
DC.
backliner. Oh, that's a DC. Hot.
Yeah.
Will they take it? I don't have any clue yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That sucks.
Yeah, they see it.
We can make.
Oh, why y'all beam at me? Oh, why y'all squid bang? BMs.
Who knows?
Wow, Team BM.
Team VM sad. Yeah. With Tentabella, I tend to disagree. It's really, really interesting. Most of the time where it's used, it's going to be used in maps which are a lot tighter and have a lot more concentrated choke points, which in Muscle Forge's case, I tend to disagree with that because a lot of the map is open. The closest thing you'll get to a choke point is grates, witches, grates, and completely open, or the streets on both sides. So there's if for coordinated pushes, I think Tenta works best here going over grate in order to secure that, but it's really easily flankable, unlike something in, say, or is it Port? Not Port Mac. Or something. Let's say Walleye or something. It's
that's
straight. Really, really hard to find.
Okay, so do you know what's my favorite part about Splatoon?
Yeah.
At least for the Oceanink series. It's when I see a DC. Now I know you're wondering why, but like, I want you to understand that the reason I think that is because it just means that I get to see both the teams trying to work and help each other out to get the games over faster. You know, you don't see two teams working together to find an objective. You see two teams working together to try and get the games over faster. It's an interesting wonder that I like to see that, but it's also a rare comedy because you don't want that to happen.
I can agree with that.
It really shows the sportsmanship of the players, and that's really good on my end. At least that's what I do.
I can agree with that.
So let's just see how it goes here. We do have a return. Chia was the DC here, so I'm not sure what happened. Also, I want to talk about something. We do see Pip Dragon. I'm not sure who Pip Dragon is on the board here, but Pip Dragon is a player I know as ex Archimedes.
Pip Dragon's
Long
been
time
known as Pip Dragon for like for a very, very long time. I don't know Pip Dragon.
Sorry, wait, maybe I might have mistook it as ex Archimedes.
Yeah, no, I'm
Maybe.
pretty sure.
Pip Dragon has been Pip Dragon. You know, you're right. I'm just dumb. Oops.
Grab
The more you
goddamn
know.
clams. The more you know.
Okay, so past that.
It's so weird not having like your own spec cam. I'm so used to it.
Yeah, back in the day, what, season 2 onwards? Or was it season 3 onwards? We stopped it?
No,
wrong.
with the spec cam for commentating.
Yeah. Was it season 3 where we stopped using it?
Oh no. This is just like this is just because we got Hess specking it, streaming it through.
Oh, right, we can still do our own if we have. Yeah, it's fair. Back in the day, we used to do it like separately and all this like figure out stuff.
It's weird. It's depends. It's really specific to what's happening.
That's true. But without further ado,
overlay. There we go.
yeah, we're coming back in, right?
Fine.
See, nicely done. Next time you wanna do it.
Should be same. Yep, same lineup, same everything.
Yeah, we don't see any Nyterra, so I'll talk on the other side now. Tentabella, Dynamo, Enzem, and Slosher Deco. The Slosher Deco also holds on to the Baller. Always a good choice in
yeah, especially for clams. Essentially, a lot of the meta has traditionally revolved around using a bowler in order to actually secure jumps because of the actual. Yeah, because you have the small amount of time where in mid jump you can throw a ball, which is really
it's not
interesting.
the wrong choice, but it's also not the worst choice.
Yeah, solid flank from Freach there, getting a kill on the person in snipe.
Yeah, Chia with the DC just now, I think got a good break, and now is back in it. Having like, there we go, we see right there, Chia going.
That's solid. That's solid. Tenta's being used really solidly here in order to actually defend Greats, but that leaves, I think, major issue here is that there's a lot of flanks coming in from street and such. Just
it almost feels like peer pressure. Like when they had DC, they were like, you know, we gotta get our stuff together. You know what? We're peer pressure. We're the one giving the pressure, not them. And then they got their act together, and then like, yeah, they're all on it.
I can see that. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Currently 2 down on Feed and Fry.
3 down.
Sticking 2 down. So there's probably going to be another push coming up from peer pressure. We'll have to see how that goes. Benny's just holding. Yeah. Pip goes for it, makes it. Gets the splash down. No follow-up plans.
It's fine because it just
no. There's a jump. There's a solid one. That's
nice.
a good
That's a 39.
Yeah, you always.
The thing is, like, yeah, the thing is, they're always gonna see, Chia's gonna reset it. Chia just reset it. Oh, this is an unfortunate thing. Chia gets another kill. Can he get one more? Can she get one more?
12. Jesus, that's wild.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, no, that wipe essentially killed it, but it's really necessary. Bringing it down to 12. That's a really good position to be in, especially against a team that hasn't scored any clams yet. Hopefully Freedom Fighters can get back onto that offense and actually start getting clams, but they're going to need a lot for a very solid push. So it means playing it a lot more defensively, holding mid and getting clams. Have to see how this goes.
Brick's going in. Do we see it? Go for it. Oh, he didn't. He doesn't get it. I was gonna scream Kobe. Benny is now stuck there against with Fresh here, and unfortunately Fresh gets it out. The pressure is really on. 12 points to victory with like a 33 like 33. Point to like pull back. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It's like 11 clams.
That's over 4 clams. In a single push.
Yeah.
There's not much you can really do about it. It's going to take more than a single push.
I don't know. I would say playing defensive.
Pip lands another one, which is really solid. So there's.
They just need 5 clams. Oh no, 4 clams. No, 5. No wait. Man, I can't math. 6. Because 1 is 3, right?
It's one.
One
One
is three,
PC and 2. One PC and 2 normal climbs, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Alright, so now you need 1 climb more and 3
Oh no, 1
shots
PC
in.
and 5 regular climbs.
Yeah, that's what is it. 5 climbs.
Yep, that's about it. Currently
Yes.
Brick's pulling out specials. Push coming out from Freedom Fighters into mid,
Oh.
trying to
Are they
take it
gonna
back.
break their freedom? No pressure, just freedom.
No pressure. Very, very good push.
Go in! Freedom! Freedom! Oh, they do actually get the freedom.
Yeah, okay, right here.
There we go.
Will
The
they be
freedom
able to
is
get
here.
climbs in? Hip's
Go on.
currently shocking mid.
They're gonna
Gets
push it.
1.
The freedom
Yeah,
fighters
no,
are
that's
here.
still
Freedom
the
fish, let's go.
Yeah. No, it's killed.
They got their freedom. It's their freedom is short-lived. Unfortunate. Oh, Pip just comes back for it.
yeah,
They
it's
just need
very-
like 4 clams.
Yeah, no, that's game.
Almost gambling Sam.
No, is it game?
No, they're close. They're close. It's 2 clams. They have to try to fight it. Oh, no.
They missed.
Oh, Kobe!
It misses.
See, I'm missing it. Oh, was it cheat? No, it's cheat. It's
Unfortunate. Yeah, no, it's a very, very tough position. There's a chance for comeback, but with about 20 seconds of overtime, it's going to be incredibly hard to actually maintain, to get and maintain their enough clams to actually to get their lead back.
I think it's fine. I think they got this. If they just slowly wait for it and push it together, they should have this.
Yeah. Pip. Yeah, no.
Pip. Oh,
Pip
there we
is-
go. Unfortunate, unfortunate. But that's the thing, right? Because now it's 1:1.
Yeah, 1-to-1 FF against peer pressure. I'm interested to see how these games will go. They're not the most even matchups, but I think they're going to be very different in how each other play in in the strengths that they'll have. So hopefully we get a matchup where it's going to be much more even. No.
Yeah, so real quick here, let's just look at the idea here. Like I said, maybe peer pressure was really trying to get them in so they can like push for it. Alright, so let's just see how it goes. Semper was really pushing for it, but he missed a few shots in when that was the worst case scenario because it was really something in.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be interesting. What's next? We got SC on Wahoo World.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a wahoo of a time.
Wahoo! Woohoo!
So let's see how this goes because I think for this map, Explosion will be always great. Explosion literally covers like 80% of like the zone just with 1 shot.
Yeah.
So it's
no,
great.
there's gonna be some more specific picks you're gonna see. So I'm thinking Explosion's common, depending on the charger. I don't really have the biggest. I don't have the most consistent knowledge base to call from.
That's fair.
Yes, no, sorry, I'm not paying attention. Yeah, no, let's get to this. I would rather actually commentate than do nothing. Overlay Hess, thanks. Alright, let's get into this. On Freedom Fish,
What do
we
you
got
think is
Pro,
position
we
here?
got Sheldon Slosh, against Dynamo, Grand Zap on
It feels
PP side. We got not Kensa Pro. Kensa SS was on FF.
Yeah.
Kensa Pro, Brush, Dapple, not Dapples, Julie's and
Emperor.
Sheldon Boozler. That took.
I don't know. I
40
feel like
seconds.
that team is like a lot of offense. Like they just want to push into points. It's so small. If you can get in, it's fast. But like with the idea of having bubbles in, it makes it really hard for Team Freedom
Ooh,
fighters.
Salty getting the double, getting very, very, very solid.
Yeah, hopefully 2 people aren't sorry about that kill. So let's just move on to that one. Oh, let's see how it goes here. Enpery is trying to make good work, but unfortunately gets stopped right there. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting what's happening with the Brush, because Brush is really solid in against teams who don't really have the type of awareness. So you're gonna because if you have map checking, you will know when they're going for a flank. But if
but that's
the
another thing
Brush
to know.
player is fast enough, they can get it and they can wipe a team depending on the skill. So it's interesting to see what
Very true,
especially to get the zone covered.
So as you said, Commentators comes into play here, and the Brush does get taken up. Much of that map awareness thing. So Benny moves in slowly, tries to clear the bubbles here. They are making good work here. Freedom Fish here, they are definitely holding that Freedom down.
No.
Shit, I mean they're holding that zone down.
Yeah.
And yeah, looks like there we go.
A shame, a real shame. Good
I mean,
stuff
if you
from
see
Freedom
the map
Fish,
here,
though.
you see
Very,
like a
very
big
solid
push here.
coordination.
They were close to clearing it out.
Yeah, no, they were very close. I would say most of they have very solid coordination on their pushes and how they play themselves. With peer pressure last game as well on the Clams match were very solid in that same sense that who won? Yeah, peer pressure. They managed to have such a tight lockdown on mid that whenever they managed to score a Clams, there would always be people coming up and getting that support. And you saw that there with Freedom Fighter, they managed to do that, lock down the zone, and then take out people in order to have that initiative and that man advantage, which was very well played.
Right, I totally understand that. So like, that's another thing I want to note, because like the minute you see a 4-man squad, you know that their teamwork has to be almost exceptionally well. There's no way it's not. It just shows how much they play together and they know what to do.
That's one of the things that you see as you go up. Scores
all good.
Can't think. Honestly, it's one of the things you see as you go up. You start seeing much different types of coordination. You see more tactical stuff, better coordination, and in general, it becomes much more interesting into how that plays around in the game, especially when it comes into meta. Give me a sec. I'm
real quick, yeah, no worries.
looking at things.
So, yeah, I want to talk about like the next map here, Rainmaker on Arowana Mall. Arowana was a really thin map. It's like really like narrow, so you get a lot of points where you can contest it. But it's also a dual layered map. There's up and down, and it's more prominent in this place. So you need to know when you're gonna try and move in, when you're trying to like work your way up and down. It's very hard to do a lot of things in this map. And that's kind of it, because we have seen like the ballpoints in play yet, so we might want to like know whether that will come into play again. Having a lot of range is very good in this map. Having a lot of AoE in a sense is good, or like blasters are good, because having a good range will knock them down in a spot, not letting them to move forward. Since the map's already so narrow, they have to move backwards.
I agree. Let's see. We got Arowana Rainmaker. This is gonna be interesting because there's a lot less emphasis on close quarters and a lot more emphasis is placed on the backliners with range.
But yeah, I don't think they really care about that part, because like everyone is just going in for it. The only one that's not going for it is Brick.
Lineups aren't really the same, but more notable ones are Nautilus and the Octobrush coming in on peer pressure, and for Freedom Fish we got
Dynamo.
Actually, I think that's all the same on.
It's all the same.
Freedom Fish. Yeah.
But the Dynamo, let's go.
Isn't really able to do much with it, unfortunately.
He made 2 points. I think that's a lot.
2 points. It's a hefty amount. Peer pressure locking it back down.
Nicely done. Chia got it.
Coming, but it's even on player side. Chia going for a run down the street.
Chia is. Oh my gosh, Chia is in a really tough spot here.
Very solid.
Almost safe. Almost stayed. If Chia had got that shot down, he would have just gone in already. Unfortunately though. And we do see Benny trying to go for it. Nautilus getting taken down. Icy jumping out, resetting the Rainmaker. Not bad, not bad. They know what they're doing. They want to get into a better position to push in for it. But unfortunately with doing that, they lost a lot of their members. So now it's into Freedom Fish turn.
Gonna be interesting. Freedom Fish gets the lead. Not that hard to get them considering. It is 80. Benny going for a run. Cross grates. Oh, you can see the Boozler trying to take pot shots and trying to get it, but they're pushed on. Trades
yeah, it's really
with
hard.
Bucks. I don't know.
We do
3
see the
down
Samper
on
here.
Peer pressure. Very big push coming in right now.
Oh, they almost got it.
Oh,
Is that
7.
it? Oh, they were close. They were close. Is this it? Is this the time for Peer pressure to really bring on the pressure?
I don't know. It'll be interesting. To get it back to 7. 7's a really solid push. And Freedom Fish don't look to be letting that pressure off, despite...
Hey, they have 88 points. They can push it.
They can push in, but
it's a full wipe as well.
Is that you have to get it into court, and getting it across, because the entrance to court is really chokeable. In order to get back, in order to get back the lead, Peer pressure have to push past one of the worst choke points, I'd argue, in the game.
That is arguably true, but you gotta remember they do have a lot of specials that would actually benefit them in this choke, and it definitely helps them that they do have the utility. It's just that they need to find an opportunity to really get the specials up. Right now they're really stuck in the middle, and that's not good for them. But as I say that, Peer pressure are slowly moving in, making their way for it.
Making their way. Well, they're pretty bad.
Well, they missed their downtown road, so...
Yeah. Oh,
Well, Benny taking it out once again.
Yeah, no, currently I don't see much reason. Freedom Fish really just need to play a really defensive game and keep mid block down. Because they have the Dynamo in order to back them up, and they have 2 Slayers. You have Brella supporting the Dynamo backing them up, and 2 Slayers to ensure kills. And it's like, that can lock down mid really solidly.
That's a very good point.
Hopefully, I want to see some gaming. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I do want to see some cool stuff.
Yeah, because they're moving in, but unfortunately, I see going down. That means he loses his special as well. That's not good. But Freedom Fish is definitely holding that choke really well. It's not easy to move back in from that. Booyah 1 comes in, they take the Rainmaker, they're trying to move something with it. Let's see how it goes from here.
See how it goes. Freedom
Dragon goes down.
Freedom Dish gets taken 2 down. Potato has the overrush now.
Potato.
Intensely. Potato getting kills are essentially stopping Rainmaker. Peer pressure are able to take a push. Let's see how far they can.
We do see something sneaky behind there. Do you see that? There we go. They do see it.
From the street. Pip left pretty isolated. Nope. Supported pincers with Chia and Potato.
Like a fearsome dragon, he pushes forward.
Right? Down. Oh god, it's so hard reading names.
Pip Dragon is really moving.
Gets it to 90 and not over the choke point yet. There's still a ways to go for.
Hey, that's not too bad. With 19 points, they might be able to do something else, but 10 seconds is really hard to contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially when they have it, that's not good. They just need to move backwards as fast as they can.
Yeah, no, it's a really hard thing. Arowana Rainmaker is a different beast to a lot of other maps. A lot of maps are pretty unique, but there are a few which kind of take the cake for being really different meta-wise.
That's very true.
20 kills from Benny. Very good.
Benny was going ham. It was crazy. So there we go. We do see game 4. Unfortunately, no game 5 hype here. Oh, my luck has run out.
GG's. Very good games.
Yeah.
Frantically scrolling through Discord and things to figure out what I need to do in order to exist.
Alright. So with that being said, let's see how you're going in.
Um.
All right. So let's just see the other teams how they have fared. Round 3, we have some teams coming in. So Venomous Squids versus Kaio has ended. It is a 3-0 to Venomous Squids. Riptide versus Knife and Banana, 3-0. Riptide's favor.
Wait.
Splatbacks Galaxy Inc. 3-0 Galaxy Inc. And Too Fast Sumeri versus Meraki.
Oh wow,
sorry.
I didn't know.
Too Fast Sumeri wins.
A lovely 3-0. D3-0.
There's a lot of 3-0s. So far, all the games have ended 3-0s. We're now left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. So yeah.
Oh, let's get snug. A bit tired right now, gotta be honest.
That's all good. It is definitely quite late for you. It's on your end. It's 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 8 o'clock. It's not.
Yeah, it's a 6 for me, so I'm still good. Welcome to the land of Singapore.
Land of Singapore. Wait, what time is it for you right now?
It's 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
That's 2 hour difference.
6 whole p.m.s.
And that's also another thing I like to say, because it's really interesting to know that from across the world, Splatoon has a game that has brought people like me and you together.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's really cool. With like the European Championship just ended a while back, and this is another thing we gotta know, because that means we have a European counterpart somewhere.
I'm not focused right now. I'm looking at things.
It's all good. I will take the wheel here and like not crash us. So let's just see how it goes. So Peer Pressure was trying really hard on that one. I think they just slipped a finger right there. And past that, yeah. So yeah, Aytoms, good question. I don't know. I've asked this for the past commentators, but do you want to rest?
No, not really.
And if you're a bit too out of it, then we can like make it work. It's all good. So all right. So I guess Adam's mistaking me. That's great. That's great.
I'm snug. I'm too snug.
Oh, that's good.
What?
Can I come stuck beside you? You can stuck in my van.
Nah, I'm currently just looking at OneDrive settings since I have a new computer, and it's like, buh.
All right, so I'm not sure how it's gonna work here because this is one of the fastest games we have. It's the only 3-1 we have actually so far. The other teams have 3-0s, so maybe it'll be a fast game, but we have a bit of town time. So let me just see how it goes here. I'm gonna check some stuff, but how are you guys doing over there? I mean, are the games like great to watch so far, or do you guys wanna work it out? Because I think it's been great so far, having to see all these teams working together from different regions most of the time, working out of it. So, I don't know, man. Just seeing how it goes and how you work it out. It's really a joy to see new teams with old faces coming together with new people. It's always a joy to see how the teams like form together. From having teams like Prismatic, having teams like Sotong, breaking out, changing teams, and then like merging with new players, and then suddenly a new friendship is born. That's Splatoon. And then they become new players as well, which is a very interesting point I like to make. Splatoon is not a game for just kids, it's a game for anyone who really wants to have fun and like be in the community, right? So that's a lot of things to work with from here. So that's always a fun time to, think about. So I think my time is up. I hear a calling. It calls the caca, the caca. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go. The birds call me caca. So I've gotta go.
Goodbye.
Alright, it's been a fun time. So
For the
I'm see you soon.
Goodbye.
I'll see you soon, you beautiful people. Come in my van soon.
No.
Yeah, so I'm back. I just want to say, I don't know what was going on in that VC, but as soon as I joined this on mute, I just heard Ryan go, "Ka!" And I have
He
no
did.
idea.
Yes.
I'm not gonna ask for context. I'm just gonna acknowledge that happened. So
Yes.
hi everyone, I'm back again after eating dinner for an hour, because sometimes you just gotta eat that steak one micrometer a second. I'm not exactly sure what is going to be happening right now, but I am glad to be back again because I would like to get a sore throat again.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I don't know. How are you going? How was your weekend? You excited for the long weekend? You're not excited for the long weekend. I'm curious.
My parents are out doing an old car run, so the house is home alone and I can yell into the microphone, but I'm not going to do that because it would hurt the stream viewing experience.
My parents are also out, but there are children who are younger than me and also very loud. Not much younger than me. But
I mean, if the thing is, if they scream, you just scream back. You know, it's how the old world works. You know, you got to show your dominance via your vocal cords and your octaves.
via the vocal cords. I do agree. This is a thing. What have we got up next? Well, actually no, I don't know what we have up next, do we? Hess, what's been reported? I don't know what's been reported.
Well, currently we can look at the teams that are currently 3-0, and it's Toby, who used to be Sturgeon Turf.
Except Radiance and Riot, which was...
No, Radiance is currently 3-0. Riot is 2-1.
Yeah,
And
no,
Riot
Radiance
is
and Riot was a good match that we did not see. A very big
So,
shame.
I'm hoping by round 5 we get to watch one of the higher win-loss ratio teams fight each other.
Yeah, no, I want to see some potential Div 1 teams duke it out. It'll be cool.
I mean, half of Div 1 isn't even playing in this from memory, though. I would say that I think Team Midnight isn't going to lose their Div 1 status, and I would say that Radiance and probably Toby and maybe Riot, they're all potentially Div 1 material.
Yeah.
So if any of those teams do fight each other, and at the end of it, we will have a fun
Yeah.
national.
Lime Soda, unfortunately, is not playing due to reasons that Lime Soda is actually at E3 and are going to play against some really good teams that aren't Australian.
I mean, they played rank when they were in America, so they could probably play in this if the time zone was a little bit nicer to them.
I agree, but also you should go support them. When is it? I can't remember when it is.
It's at 4 in the morning.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Yes! Have we got a viewing party in Discord planned? I'm curious.
I don't know, because I woke up an hour earlier than I was meant to today, so I'm very unlikely to be able to stay up until 4 in the morning.
You can go to sleep and you could, have earphones, I guess. I don't know. What time is it? I need to find this out.
Get the Splatoon experience while you're sleeping, you know? Just, you get to hear the reverse sweep in your dreams.
The reverse sweep in your dreams. Ah, yes, I dream of a reverse sweep. How do you think Lime Soda's gonna fare against teams we never play?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you just because I don't pay attention to the international scene enough to be able to give a decent analysis on the matchups there. Because I know that it's been multiple months now since all of them won their respective finals, so a lot of their teams they haven't changed their members, but they've changed their weapons and their strategies and whatnot. So even if I were to think about it, I would probably be outdated. So
Outdated.
yeah, I can't really. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to really make a good commentary. I can hope they'll do well, but I can't say as to whether they will.
I mean, no one can really say as to whether they'll do well or not. I hope they do well and get some bread. We'll have to see about that. I recall Australia did not fare too well last time, unfortunately. We kind of died.
Yeah, it happens.
I wonder how much do you think America plays with Japanese teams, or the top players in scenes play internationally?
A lot of the top players in scenes do play internationally, just because it's usually better scrim partners. Like the Australian scene has find scrim partners for most of us, I think, because a lot of the time there's enough there for you to try and test out strategies and see what works and what doesn't, and do that usual stuff. But if you're trying to verse the top competition and get it at any time, usually the international scenes are going to be far better for that kind of experience. So I'm not sure how much Lime Soda did of that, and I can definitely imagine that the Americans and the Europeans did plenty of it.
Do you think American and European scene Japanese top teams ever do international scrims with America or Europe? Or is that just like an unheard of thing that's never gonna happen?
I'm sure it happens occasionally, but I'm not aware of it. Granted, I'm not super aware of the high-level stuff in general, so I might just have no idea. But I would guess it doesn't happen a whole lot yet. Just because time zone-wise, it's pretty bad. It's the exact same time zone as us, and a lot of Australia can't scrim against Americans because prime time for us is 3 in the morning for them, right? And prime time for them is 3 in the morning for us. So it's pretty difficult to find a good time zone. I don't know. I guess Europe fares a little bit better in that regard, but prime time for us is like early morning for them, so it's better, but it's still not great.
Yeah, hopefully international scrims become more of a thing. I want to, in terms of international scrims, I'd like to see Japanese high level play against American and Australian high level just someday, just that becoming it's a pipe dream. But to be honest, it'd be cool seeing Japan beat up everyone and then never do this thing again. That's probably
didn't that happen when we tried to organize a big thing between Australia and Japan, and then Japan beat all of the Australian teams in the first round?
I don't remember.
I wasn't there for it, but I'm sure that was a fun time to watch.
Was that Splatoon 1 or Splatoon 2?
It was probably Splatoon 1, because I joined Oceanink only a couple months after Splatoon 2 started, so...
I recall, I think it might have been something from the Rhubarb... Might be the Rhubarb origin story that...
No, the Rhubarb origin story was something unrelated.
I recall it having something to do with Japan.
It did,
and
yeah.
Translation errors.
Oh no, that one was, yeah. It was related to one of the specials or something they were talking... I think it might have been the Kraken translated, and they're talking about...
Yeah, the Kraken translated became Rhubarb.
Yeah, let us talk about things that we did not experience personally. I love the 80s.
I don't love the 80s. I love the 2000s, which I was not alive.
Okay, I agree. Right.
It's funny because I wasn't alive in the 2000s.
I mean, you were, weren't you?
I was, but not in a state where I could actually recall things from the 2000s. I lived in Boston, and there was a hill, and it was pretty round and pretty standard for a hill, but it's the most standard hill I've ever seen, in that it was really perfectly round, actually.
That is one way to put it. You're just talking about your childhood, and all you can recall is a big hill.
Yes, I did not have internet connections until much later in my life. It was sad, actually.
Fine. I didn't even, my parents wouldn't let me buy a handheld until I was 10, which I respect that decision, but...
I had a DS for so much of my childhood, and I never got to use NetPlay on it. There was the Plaza and on Hard Gold or Diamond, and I did that once, and I never touched it again.
We just didn't do NetPlay in general.
Yeah, it didn't work. It just didn't work.
Oh, I just never tried.
I wanted to try it, but all the Wi-Fi was always incompatible, except for one connection, and the airport, which didn't work. Now I'm glad those days are over, and I have a phone, and I totally interact socially enough during school hours.
Yeah, I bought a $500 phone so I could look at Discord.
Yeah. Imagine buying an iPhone X and then just using it for... Imagine buying an iPhone X and using it for nothing to do with the internet, just calling and texting.
Might as well. I mean, Hess, what else are we going to talk about?
It's kind of expensive.
Let's. I mean, even if we're talking about something that isn't filler, what are we going to talk about? Let's look at all the rankings, shall we? Yeah.
What are the rankings? Let's
Nothing
read them out. Toby's pretty high. I know Ness is playing for Toby, which is why.
Oh, okay. Okay. Team Midnight, Paolo is playing with them again.
Hi, Ryan. Ryan's.
Hi.
We're filling in.
I've got the okay to join in the filler. This is good. This is good filler.
Okay, yeah, we're just
keep
having
it
a lot of
G.
fun right now, you know? We've got nothing
Have
else to do, so let's just have some fun.
No, I died after I heard like there was a hill and it was round, just like any other ordinary hill. And I
But
just
it
couldn't.
was. This is like when I was 4. I remember going. Like, I only ever went to that house once to bake like gingerbread cookies or something, and it was just so perfectly round. It like scared me. This was in America. This was Boston. There was like winter and ice, and it was nice and comfy. I've never been there since, and I want to go back there.
It was winter. It was nice.
Yeah, I know. You could wear like jackets and things. Rankings.
Right, rankings.
Ranking. Harold Holt Center, unfortunately, are last. This is a shame. This is a really big shame.
They aren't last to my knowledge because they don't have a 0-3 record.
They are below the people who have a 0-3 record.
Wow, that's actually bad. Oops.
I don't see that on my screen.
I don't know.
You refresh it?
Is... Why I logged in?
Whatever.
This is annoying. Wait. Yeah, round 4's up. All right, let's go.
Yay.
So, let's.
I don't know.
read out-
Oh,
Do you
my.
want me to read out the bracket?
Language.
Goodbye, Ryan.
Oh, I like.
Oh,
I like
I've gotta
all
go.
of these.
All right, fine. Real quick, who do you guys think you're interested for? Who are you guys interested for?
Oh, like for the matches that we're gonna watch?
Yeah, for round 4.
I don't see any of the bracket actually posted yet.
Oh no, just refresh it.
Round 4's up.
Oh, I do see it. I would personally be interested in something like Valiant Vemos versus Too Fast Too Woomy, or maybe Radiance versus Venomous Squids, or Toby versus Riot. They're all very good candidates to watch.
That's a good one. I don't know.
I'd
I
be
feel like
interested- Actually, what? Riot? Is Riot...
I'm moving
Riot's
out a
versus
bit.
Toby.
Riot and Toby would be interesting.
I
Radiance
don't know.
and VS would
Galaxing
be
and Bloodline
interesting.
next.
Maybe.
So Riot versus Toby. What about that?
Hopefully the formula, not the formula, the algorithm does its work. I'd say, yeah.
I mean, there's not really algorithm to selecting the matches that we're going to stream. It's...
I mean,
Alright.
with the Swiss bracket, it does its work.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, sure. Like how we didn't get to verse Midnight in our first seeding tournament. Oh well.
Okay, so I guess that's it for me. I'll be moving out. But
Goodbye.
game 5,
I
I'll
dropped
give you all my
controller. I'm
blessings.
using purely to play
Thank
multi
you.
blood.
Game 5 hype. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit.
See ya. I've been playing. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna be hosting Riot versus Toby, so that should be good.
There you go. Hosting it? Okay.
Fill a conversation. Do you play multi-blood? I swear I've seen you.
I actually
play.
do, yeah. I only did a lot of practice stuff with it because the person I played it with was from America, and like you would play in 8 frames per second with your input delayed, and it wasn't very fun. Especially because they played Kohaku.
I started playing multi-blood, and the Discord actually has like people who consistently play it, and I'm really enjoying it.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it as well. I think I liked playing Akihiro, that's right. Yeah.
I'm playing Pete Steel. It's nice. I'm enjoying. If you
Okay,
want to play, just
I played
add
her at
me.
the start, yeah, but I played her to begin with, but I found that her playstyle was a little too bulky for me. I found yeah, Akihiro was a lot nicer to mess around with. But yeah, she's pretty fun as well. Anyway, it looks like I'm not sure if the match is actually up yet then. It looks
Match
like...
should be up. I need to play fighting games more. They're fun.
I'm not very good at them, sadly. Okay. We might be still in for a little bit more yet. Yeah. Either way, we are going to be looking at Toby versus Riot. Should be very interesting because I'm honestly still not sure of Riot's full roster. They've been out for a couple weeks now, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't remember myself.
And obviously, Toby, unless Sturgeon Turf has gained a couple of members since we last looked at them, it's probably still the same team, just rebranded.
I think that's about right. What's map list? I should stop getting distracted and doing
Yes,
things.
map list. I'll just read it out for all the viewers at home as well. It's Clan Blitz on Reef, which is going to be a very fun one. Then we've got Splat Zones on Skipper, which is also going to be very, very interesting. Then we've got Rainmaker on Snapper, just in case you want to confuse names around. Then we've got TC on Arborcore, which I personally enjoy a lot. And
that's a classic.
Just to end it off, in case it actually comes down to it, you've got Clan Blitz on Anchovy.
That's a game. That's my opinion on Clan Blitz and Trophy is that it exists. It's very fast, very easy to get dunked on.
I think that the best maps to get dunked on are probably Clan Blitz on Inkblot and on Skipper, because both of them have really accessible baskets with really easy clams to gain, and they're really fun.
Yeah.
Now win them.
I agree with that, but with Skipper, you're mostly like you have to go around things. Like it's not a direct path, whereas with Anchovy, I'd argue that it actually does have the most direct path, since you're going around onto the raising platforms, and then you're going literally
like,
straight.
It is kind of a direct path, but when you look at Skipper, right, you exit base, you turn left or right because symmetrical maps, and then you immediately enter into the mid that you're going to be spending the remainder 5 minutes of.
Yeah.
And you can pretty much say the same for Inkblot, right? As soon as you drop into mid, that's where you're basically going to be around your side of mid for about 3.5 minutes there, and the remaining a third of the match or whatever is going to be the only times you push.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. It's interesting. I've just personally seen the most unbalanced, like, high pushing thing. It might actually. I agree with it. I think the biggest issue is that it's harder to defend because of the lack of choke points. With Skipper CB, you do have that really direct path, but it's a choke point and it's really easy to choke. So unless you're going for a flank through it, you're not going to be coming through there.
The thing is, like, it heavily depends on how the enemies are, because reverse teams that just put like a single anchor up in upper mid, and everyone else is like they're kind of around the bunkers, right, or the barricades. But as soon as you take out the people around the barricades, which depending on the weapon is, you know, however you would basically deal with 2v2s or 1v1s, then you've immediately just got an anchor that can't contest you, and you don't even need to use specials to reach the basket. Meanwhile, Inkblot is kind of the same thing, where as soon as you've got a couple people up, you've got pretty much direct path to the actual I'm blanking on callouts, but yeah. Anyway,
to the basket?
I guess I was trying to talk about the whatever the drop down would be called, yeah, but whatever.
I can't remember. I haven't.
You can't just bring up the callouts you've forgotten at the top of your head. Anyway, the match has been started, so we don't need to talk about other maps now.
No more filler. Actual talking.
Yeah, it only took 7 minutes. No hating on the staff for the 7 minutes. Just no more talking for 7 minutes. Also, overlays. Thank you. So we do see some pretty standard picks here. We've got the Forge Pro. We've got the Slosher Decker. We've got the K Pro. Of course, Luke out here is bringing the Booze Hog with the main up and the Object Shredder just because he really doesn't want balls and bubbles to exist. And we've also got Pac-Man on the K shot. There's 2 K shots in the match actually. So straight away we can see that Riot has gained a lot of turf control here. Noah's sitting on the bridge. They're both just kind of realizing they exist. Oh, Noah went down to probably the Foozler if I had to guess, and the Roser is getting pushed way back out. In fact, he does go down because of some really good Slosher shots here.
Very much.
Oh, Kaz goes down to the Slosher as well. Which means now, I just call them Ness, right? They're kind of sitting at the basket, they've backed away. The Slosher is also there. It looks like Luke is either getting ready to... Yeah, he's just going straight in for the jump. Bit of a risky one, though. But it's pretty much only a solo push right now, unless Ness can get a couple clams in. It looks like...
No, I'm thinking Ness is probably going to get a jump, if anyone... Actually, no,
Like,
no
they
one
don't
else
have
really
any-
has
they don't
clams to support them.
Yeah, that's the thing. They got the numbers down, but they didn't have the clams up, and that's the two prerequisites you need to make a clams push, right? Because you can get 3 down on clams, but if you have no clams, what are you going to do? Sit at their base and just get ready to get hit, right? And if you have 20 clams, now you're very obvious. So what you need to do is you need to get the wipe and also have like 10 to 15 clams, and then you can immediately reach 20 clams and start a push going.
100%. This might be interesting, because unfortunately, yeah, no, I think that one was a direct representation of that, but there wasn't enough backup to the clams push. Like from what I've interpreted when people talk about it, is you want more than 2 power clams, or at least 2 power clams, in order to make a really solid push to get points on the leaderboard instead of making a chip.
Outside of the initial push, most of the times you're going to have a penalty of 20, right? So you need more than 1 power clam just to be able to get any points on the board at all. And you want to get a good push, right? Because getting 10 or 20 points on the board isn't a very secure push, right? Because I say the good push you're trying to aim for is you want your first push to be sub 50, because what sub 50 means is that if you do go down and get wiped and they get a push in, you can let them get 1 or 2 super claims in and you're still safe, right? Because they will be 10 points away.
That'll be down to 60
it gives you the safety net that means that you can still make mistakes in your defense and you aren't going to have to immediately regret it, and it lets you focus on still trying to get an offense going to get the push improved further. While you can see both of the nice fizzy into the bubbles there. Bubbles coming out in reverse as well. Ooh, very sneaky. Does not work out though because boozles are pretty dumb. Ooh, very nice from Kaz there.
That's down to 53 up. That's a very
down to 40 now. Kaz might be able to get 1 more in. I don't think there's anything else to be gained here though. Nereza with the heavy going very aggressive. Does get 2 of them in fact. Pac-Man might be able to get a couple more clams in because the basket hasn't closed yet, and they get another batch of clams in. Almost up 20 now. Pac-Man does go down. I think Venomous is going to play it smart now and back out, and yes, he is. He's going to jump back out. But that is a very, very good push now. 40-point difference between the two teams now.
That's incredibly solid. That's exactly that's an exact demonstration of what we were talking about. You want enough clams to actually get a push. You want the people to back it up. Like, if you can get a wipe and you get, say, 2 power clams in, then there's usually enough time because you can have 2 people defending at the enemy team's basket, 2 people not defending, but actually getting clams and then jumping in to renew the timer.
Ooh, that Stingray just got 2 of them now. That's a complete wipe now. This might just be disastrous because they've got enough clams to break through this penalty instantly. It's already broken open. Hess is now spawn camping. They've already got the clams out. Pac-Man's got a bunch of clams. They've already broken through the penalty. Pac-Man just gets them all through. There's only 2. That's a game
instantly
dominance there. They got 2 pushes. There was 2 bad pushes and there was 2 great pushes, and it completely made it Riot get the first game complete knockout.
Very, very solid.
Just to touch on the earlier topic, I guess the way I'd put it is that the penalty before you score with the plus points is the game's way of making a buffer, right? But it's against you. While if you get a really big score in, that's your buffer, but it's for the enemy team, right? Because the plus 20 on you is saying that you need to get more clams in to be able to score. But by getting the plus 20 over their score, what you're saying is you need to get more clams in to be able to catch up to us. And obviously they didn't really come to play there because Toby there wasn't able to organize another push. They got wiped almost instantly, and you just saw they instantly already had a big clam. They had another one in reserve, and then I think it was Pac-Man, I believe. He just came in and he had like 6 clams or whatever, and it just broke through the penalty instantly. And it was a very quick motion into a straight knockout, and very good for them.
Basically, just finishing off that lead. Like, it's one of the more noticeable things, like, exactly kind of proving my point again from the last round, is in high-level play, you'll have a lot tighter team coordination, where you'll have people supporting each other. And for pushes, especially in clams, you will see a lot more pushes that go very fast. You're going to get a lot of clams in at the same time, and if the push goes well, you'll often see teams having a very strong defense in the scoring area, which kind of is a very interesting dynamic to have.
The way I'd put it, right, is that low-level teams don't have as much coordination, so they have to rely on baller super jumps, because you basically just go, all right, I'm at the basket, now jump. And the reason that strategy doesn't work is that you have no way of maintaining the basket open unless you've been blessed with the fact that nobody is shooting at your jumps. You've got no way of leaving the basket open. You've just died for 20 points, which can be acceptable, but it's not a way to maintain a push. Like to get sub 50 in that kind of environment, you need 3 super clams, and getting a 3 super clam push requires ridiculous mid turf control.
Ridiculous. I fully agree with that. I feel like all the super jumps kind of are left out of the meta because it's really hard to have it working. But if you say
they're left out of the meta because there's better things to do, right? If you just get them 3 down and you're at their base, now you've already got the jumps. Why you don't need to have someone like get iframes and be in a bad situation, and you get the turf control and you can basically fight in their base with your own turf and your own walls. While the ball can't. Anyway, if we get into the current match here. It is zoned on Skipper here. We do see Luke on his usual hero charger. We've got the K-Pro K-Shot and the Social Deco coming out from Toby here, while Riot is opting for a range blaster, a Cancer Undercover, and also another K-Shot. We do see Kaz here contesting the zone. The Stingray comes in, but Pac-Man does go down. Kaz loses up the 1v1, but now Venomous here, only one up in mid, is able to win that initial engagement.
Very solid training. Yeah, very solid trading from teams. Like if you have 2-on-1s, if somebody trades, you're often going to have the team with the 2-on-1 winning and getting a trade with the if the solo player wins, which is honestly the better dynamic in this situation.
Has come out, the ball has come out, the K-Shot does go down, Stingray immediately gets the revenge splat though. We are seeing here the Stingray unable to find a target pretty much. Kaz does manage to take out the K-Pro, I believe, but they don't have a lot of turf control, and the snipe does go onto the Cancer Undercover here. Turf control finally back into Toby's favor.
Toby's favor. Hopefully counter push coming in right now from Riot, seeing some very interesting
blaster in a bit of a bad situation, but I think the Tenor Missiles and the K-Shot ended up cleaning up that messy situation here. Tenor Missiles again coming out. But it doesn't look like it's losing their turf control here. Riot is currently 3 points behind lead, and a pretty big penalty for them to reclaim here. We are seeing that the K-Pro all on their own does get taken out by Kaz. We are seeing that there is a bit of a push in now, but Kaz is going to use that shield, and the K-Shot are just going to try and make sure that nothing happens here. But a bullet does come in, so do Tenor Missiles. They cannot break it. Kaz has to retreat.
The retake.
They do get the retake indeed, and it's before the no, they do get lead actually. Sorry.
Yeah, no, now it's 4-2 playaways Toby's way. Honestly, this is like very good, very good back and forth. Like specials coming out, and it's just going back and forth. The penalty, I think Toby's gonna get lead back, but
yeah, they're gonna get lead and then some, just because. You look at all the turf. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, look at all the turf control in upper mid, and then it's like look at all the turf control in upper mid, and then all of lower mid gets taken over instantly.
And you have 2 specials back on the pushing teams. Like there's really solid turf control.
The rain is
in
up
order to maintain specials.
The rain is up to try and stop them from pushing in lower mid, but it doesn't.
Counter Ray takes out the OG.
The counter Ray does get taken out. The K-Pro is currently getting pressured by the K-Shot. Does not work out in the K-Shot's favor. However, Nyterra here trying to clean up that mess, and it does look like it's going to work in a 2v1 though, but they need to make sure they're keeping upper mid under control, because what I've seen is that Riot has been getting a lot of their pushes in from lower mid, while Toby is getting all their pushes in from upper mid. Now with 10 seconds left,
it's a very solid chance for Toby to take it.
I don't know if they can keep it under control though, unless Nyterra gets the turf back. Nyterra is currently struggling, they cannot get the turf back. Nyterra finally got sniped there, was trying
out by lane.
Luke also gets another snipe, and that's going to be the end of that push.
Triple, that's a one.
Yeah, I don't count 10 missile kills for that because they usually do. Anyway,
that's true.
Anyway, we do see now Toby here barely able to stop the knockout from happening, and now it's their turn to try and keep the control under. We're seeing that the K-Pro are unable to do with the Cancer Undercover. The armor does come out, but the range blaster also gets taken out. Pushing into enemy turf with a range blaster isn't a good idea, trust me. We're seeing here Luke is holding lower mid down, just trying to make sure they can't push in from lower. But the Tenor Missiles do come out. Kaz is back in. Shield gets broken, I believe. Yes. And we're seeing that. Oh, Kaz gets taken out. They do manage to take the zone back, which is 50 penalty. Close scores as well. We're seeing now that Nyterra and Pac-Man currently in a really bad spot. They kind of were pincered by the looks of it, and Ness is able to get a nice clean double on both of them then. that penalty is only 30 points, and they've got to pretty much make it all the way back. It's going to be a very tight scoreline if they want to actually score here, and they're going to have to go to overtime if they lose the lead here.
Yeah.
So we see Armor is up, but the Ray is up. I think that's 2 down. They might be able to get the control back. They do. That is very crucial. Nyterra does go down, but Luca is stuck all on his own now, and I think he has to jump out. Pac-Man does lose the engagement to the Slosher deck, whose name I can't read right now. That was Lobster. And the bullet does get cancelled, and Kaz does take him. But it looks like Ness is now on zone. Double splat bomb. 7 seconds left. The Booyah bomb is coming out. So do the turn missiles. This is a cap for sure.
Control goes back
now it's going to be about who can maintain the control at this point in time. Kaz gets left out all on his own. He's going to have to back out for now. Controller's getting lost. Noah goes down on zone. Pac-Man launches missiles to try and dislodge him, and I think with stuck and that, they're going to be able to get the control now because Lobster died on the zone. That's Nyterra cleans up from behind. Very, very, very clean overtime cancel there from Riot to make it into a 2-0 now. Very strong so far.
These are really, really solid games. Like, instantly you can see there's a lot of evidence of solid team coordination, solid special usage, and with that it was a constant back and forth, and the teams were playing fast enough in order to make sure that the defense on mid would never hold for more than like 20 seconds. There was always constant pressure, and it was always coordinated pressure where you would have, you know, there was at least 2 people juking out in mid every like 20 seconds. It's insane, I would say.
Now we're going to move on to Snapper Canal and Rainmaker, which honestly I see this one being in Toby's favor personally, just because if Luke pulls out something like a Boozler here, it's going to be a very annoying weapon to deal with, right? But if Riot can secure this one, they've got a clean 3-0 against Toby, which is going to show up really well on their records. But ultimately, we're definitely gonna see how this one goes. As for general weapon predictions, I don't really know, because I feel like I understand weapon comps on this map in every mode other than Rainmaker. Because Rainmaker is just the mode where you go, whatever, if we make it up the ramp, we're done, right? And you don't really, I don't know, I don't really feel like there's just...
There are three options with it. You have ramp, but then you also have the 2 side routes, one which involves jumping up and going just like an alternate path to ramp, which is a tad longer but is choked, so no one usually goes there. And you have the bit where you go up a wall. I can't remember the callouts for the life of me, but
don't worry, nobody.
Both of are really long and don't really beat a push-up ramp.
Yeah,
especially with bubbles.
The ramp push is like what's an appropriate map? It's like the right push on Macromart, right?
Yeah,
it's very risky, but if you have the wipe and you're set up for it, it's pretty much an instant KO always.
Yeah, which is why this map tends to be very, very volatile when it comes to actually if a wipe happens, it's really, really tight depending on where that wipe happens, if that team can get a KO or not. The white lead should change like at least 4 times here. I'm gonna make a call here.
Alright, we are seeing... Oh, Luke does not go with the Boozler here, probably opting for the GG Ray as a safer bet because they're down 2 matches currently. And we do see Nyterra also on the Charger now, and Noah's on the 96 Deco, very interesting weapon, but I can see it's used here.
I can also see it here. It has wall, right?
Yes, wall and splashdown, which are both pretty good here. I can see the wall's use and splashdowns use here. We are seeing Noah and Kaz 2v on the bucket nicely there. Pac-Man's currently just throwing a bunch of suction bombs and trying to make the K-shot or K-shot. They do win the engagement as well, yeah. We are seeing now Pac-Man's pushing up. He's got the missiles. He manages to tag 2 or 3, I can't tell. Someone's on the flank as well. The armor's out. We are seeing now that the Pac-Man and that on a ferocious duel, the Pac-Man does win. Very nice movement there. And Nyterra does die to the Ray finally, but we're seeing now that Noah has the splashdown ready for the instant pop, and Kaz is going to get tamed out by Ness.
Very, very smooth.
Pac-Man here on the flank, but it's a 3v1. It's not going to... Oh, it's a 3v1, and yeah, he managed to take out 1, but only 1. 37 is a good push, but they didn't make it up the ramp, so it doesn't count for the match yet. But we've been seeing that... I think that Riot here has been playing fairly aggressively and is working on their favor now. Lobster does go down once again now. However, Noah does go down. The raid comes out a little early. However, it does secure the Rainmaker splat. K-Pro in mid, is gonna trade. Pop is back into Riot's favor once again. However, Ness from the behind here does manage to catch out for a clean double here, which it might just. It's just I used to call Luke Logue for about 2 months, so
That's pretty solid. Yeah. Currently, I think with the amount of pressure Riot has on Toby as of this instance, it's like very much reliant on the Slayers in order to actually hold that push, but it's working really well because of the speed that people like Pac-Man and Ness are playing at in order to
it's a
get
clean one. I don't think he probably shouldn't be exposing himself like that. Yeah, this is disaster.
Especially, yeah, that was deserved.
Oh, that's awkward. Alright, now, it's looking like turf control isn't in Toby's favor yet, which is still, I mean, it kind of is, but they aren't really making a push out of it yet. They're always one down.
Something's gonna happen very soon. I can feel it in my body.
Yeah, I can see it as well. Lobster does pick it up, but it's instantly caught out from behind by Noah. Rainmaker's dead already. Wasn't watching out on the flank, which, to be fair, Riot has done as well when Ness got the double.
Flank watch.
So, yes.
Yeah, currently pretty stable in
we
mid.
do see
3-0.
we do see the K-Pro there gets Noah here. Kaz does take out Luke, however. They're 3 down now, the only one up being the missile. This isn't going to be a safe push because by the time they get there, they're already going to be up again. We can see that with the charger.
that charger respawn.
K-Pro is looking at Pac-Man. Pac-Man's trying to go for a flank, but Nereza and Pac-Man go down
Very
simultaneously.
Right arm take up from Lei. Layuk and Rez are very even in terms of skill. It's like really cool to see. I think with Charger and RM, Charger's probably most apparent in RM because of its ability to like ignore other things shot-wise. And it's a very direct way to get shots on. Finally,
see, Lobster here is choosing to try and push ahead, but he's pushing ahead of the team and it doesn't work out. There's one thing you should never do with the Rainmaker is push ahead of the team. We can see now it's pretty much 3 down on Riot's favor actually. But Nereza here with the Ray is going to be ready to try and intercept the push. However, their push to 37 isn't strong enough to be able to just outright deny them from being able to get lead here if the Ray comes up. So it's going to be on the rest of the team to try and make sure that they don't lose control here. But Noah and Kaz doing a good job in mid to try and clean up a lot of the enemies. Noah does get the K-Pro. And it does look like, the K-Shot also goes down. Noah's also now pushing in on the bucket, does not get the splat. However, the Charger does go down, the Stingray does come in, it also gets the K-Pro. It might be a better push. It's not. It's by 2 points.
Isn't that much? That was a pretty...
The one thing that's just important about is that, no, it's not a bad push out because they moved the Rainmaker from being in their base to the enemy's base, right? With 30 seconds left on the timer now, that's really good because it means they've lost their mid control and they have to start back from 0 instead of being in their base already, right?
Actually, that's actually pretty valid. I mostly question it because of the lack of support, but that is actually a pretty valid observation. I need to think bigger, in the bigger picture.
What do you need to? It's the way you need to think about it, right? It's like the score does matter, but so does where the objective is. It's the same reason that you would want to I don't know. I can't think of an actual example of counter right now, except I don't know, maybe in zones or something. Overtime gets caught out. I think they went down to missiles. Yeah, that was a pretty. I'd say the last match was a little less. They were all pretty back and forth really when you look at it. Then. That match was just a match where I think both teams had a really solid defense and kind of offense at the same time. That it meant you can see pretty high spike counts on both team counts, right? And I think it meant that Riot getting a slightly better push on both ends there meant they just pretty much always had the lead because it's like it's like on a TC match where both teams are able to make it to the same checkpoint and die, pretty much. However, one team made it slightly better on the checkpoint, and that's what won them the match, I guess. And I think that's pretty much what happened there with Riot. And I think that was a very solid performance from them. Shame I couldn't see one of my TC Albacore because I quite enjoy that one. But considering both teams had a dedicated charger, it might be a little less thrilling than we would have hoped. Any case, though, very very good set, very solid performance from Riot as well.
I agree. Yeah, no. It's actually I'm pretty thankful that we did record it because the matches were much closer than what the scoreline actually shows. So it's like something that there's a lot more detail in actually seeing how close the matches were. I don't know. It works for seeding. It's kind of a shame that it was a 3-0, because, you know, game 4, maybe game 5 would have been nice, but
I don't know if I wanted to see Clan Blitz on Anchovy to be.
no, I don't want to see any Clan Blitz on Anchovy. It's not. It's interesting, but it's not the most interesting. You can get more.
Alright, now, because that was a clean 3-0, we're gonna have to wait quite a while. So, I guess it's back to filler topics.
Should I practice multi combos or something? It's gonna be a long time.
I mean, I might as well, but I'd need to unplug.
Do you want to just play multi?
We might as well. I haven't played in a couple months now, so I'm probably gonna be bad. But might
I
as well.
suck. So I don't like. Oh,
Okay, that's good to know.
we're gonna have
At least I don't have
live multi gameplay.
Alright, let's just make sure not to post IPs in a voice chat, okay?
I can't really display it
We're
on
only gonna
TV,
be able to
but-
hear this one.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Alright, let me just get this all sorted then.
We're playing multi-blood actress again. It's gonna be great. This is the most. This is top tier.
Meant to be played.
We could talk about seeding, right? But
I'm not sure what there is to talk about. I'll check the
yeah,
I'll check the bracket real quick and see what's changed. But that was a quick 3-0, so it might not have updated yet. Don't worry, we're playing fighting games because we've run out of filler topics. You know, we could talk about the big hill again.
we could.
Oh, that's a much better
genuinely
ping. 40 milliseconds of ping is just. Oh man, I wish I could have experienced this sooner.
Oh wow, 0 delay. Well, yeah, I forgot you live like in a distance that's like a few kilometers away, probably more than a few kilometers. Big hill.
Kilometers. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
no, we could stream.
We can talk about the big hills, like the Adelaide Hills.
The Adelaide Hills. I've been to the Flinders. It's cool.
Oh, I go out camping a lot. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't played in a while, so I'm probably gonna
My
be dead.
dad's planning for a big trip, and it's like really annoying because I don't want to go over to the Northern Territory. I want to stay home and like play Dance Dance
What was my
Revolution and
colours
stuff.
again? I'm trying to remember, sorry. I think it was just
It's
like
fine.
Yeah, that was it. Beautiful.
There we go. Let's do some gaming. This is gonna be great because I can't combo at all.
I can kind of, but I haven't done it in a bit.
It requires practice and like memorization and stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot there's like actually that was an accident. I didn't.
Oh man, I forgot to. I'm really not playing as well as I would like to.
I mean, you haven't played in a few months. Oh. Yeah, very big sounds from the commentators right now. We're doing stuff.
Oh my god, I forgot how annoying it is to play with a pad sometimes.
I know, I'm playing with a pad as well. I'm not surprised why keyboard is actually really common because like I just swapped to it on like a whim once and it was great.
Oh man, this is looking bad now. Never mind.
Ah! I got hacked. I need to practice my inputs. I can't input a DP really consistently. It's really annoying. Because, like, I could try, but I don't. Oh, God.
Oh no, the lag's bad. No, I was enjoying multiplayer for the first time in months, and now I've got to deal with a lag again.
Oh. It's good. It's really good netcode as well. That was really bad. I'm not doing what I need to do. I'm not doing what I need to do. Yeah, it works. You know what, I'm gonna pull heat so I get my health back.
No, I missed my super, dude. No! There's no
Yes!
maybe decided by that.
It might have. No,
I can't get air combos right now, so it may very well be decided by that.
you can do air combos. Why? How? How do you do air
Because
combos?
I practice
I
it.
like. Oh, heck off.
What else am I supposed to practice? Like
I don't know.
specials? Anyway.
Special. We're gonna figure out something. Let's keep on doing games until it comes up. We have no other choice. We can. It's good
let's
because
talk about something that's in Splatoon on the Splatoon stream.
yeah. Oh, talking about Splatoon. What's that? What is Splatoon? How do you
It's okay.
define?
Well, you played duelies and then you died at K-Pros.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Now I don't want to play Splatoon. I haven't played Splatoon in months. Oh man, Actually, no, I
I
have.
took a 3 month break after the Australian Asian Open.
I don't play it. I forget. Why does the Melty scene has like macros for stuff?
How did
Yeah,
you get that
what
much? Oh, I have 100 special as well. I guess I shouldn't complain.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I heck off. I can't. I need to just down block. I just need to block low a lot more often.
You do. You really do. You're talking about air combos on me, and now you're doing that to me?
I don't know how I did it. I'm sorry. I didn't
It's a
intend
special
it.
move. It's just like it's the diagonal, the Z move.
Yeah, it's DP. I don't know how I did the DP. I can't.
Alright, I finished it with an air combo, so...
Oh, still waiting on Valiant Femurs and Galaxy. That is the most Splatoon commentary I will give. I like doing this. This is really good because I can do that.
Doing what?
we're playing multi-blood together because we don't have anything better to do currently.
Are you kidding me? You play Pokken.
No, I don't
No,
own the
because that
game.
requires
It's a
playing a
poverty
game that
game.
isn't a tiny
You can
game on
play
a
this in the
PC.
bathroom.
I have. Not.
You have played it in the bathroom. Having the multi-blood Evo tournament in the Evo bathroom. God, I intended to do another 2-on-6A, but I didn't get it off, which kind of sucks. No. No, I'm not getting my inputs off. Just a bit. I'm being baited here. I'm being baited. You know, I'm gonna. Oh. Heck
I
off.
just like that move.
Heck off. Still waiting. Okay, let's get in one more. I'm gonna take one game.
Let's
I'm
change the
going for
stage.
one.
Let's change the stage at the very least.
Yeah, okay.
Because I have one stage I want to play. Alright, let me pick the stage.
You do it.
I think it was... No, it wasn't that one. It was... I think it was that one or...
There are a lot of stages.
Sorry,
and
I'm
they're
just
all
trying to
like,
remember
really
this stage with my favorite song. It's
Nico.
not that one.
This
I think
is
it is
good. I
that
need to
one.
listen to the OST. It's really good.
You should just play Sugihime.
Sugihime, I
Okay. I think it was... That's what the game is based on. Okay,
Is
I
it
think I found the stage.
Evening Party? Evening Party is like jazz.
Oh, this is the stage I like.
It
there
took
we go.
you had to scroll through the entire thing.
The stage has got some lovely music.
Still waiting. Did you really?
Did I what?
Nope. Nope, I missed my DP again. Nope.
Oh, I forgot what the air dodge button is. That would really help right now.
It's like down on button 5. No, I want the game! Oh! Can't stand this. I'm doing it. Hit the key! Oh, fuck. I missed the key again. Yes!
There
I
we go.
did it!
I got comboed in an air combo. I got stuck in the corner and forgot how to dodge. Always a good sign.
PSTL is really good for corner pressure. Like, you can do a lot in that. It's really nice.
Oh, there's a great thing I can do as well. It's called this.
I hate it, so I shall not let you do it. Heck off! No, I don't know. I need to learn how to play footsies.
Are you guys on mute?
No.
Why are you guys not on mute?
What else are we supposed to talk about? Like, cool, seating is going on. I mean, I get it, but like...
We
Play
could be.
Pokken!
I don't have
No,
Pokken! It
I
requires
don't do it
money!
either. We don't play that game.
It's such a good game! You
Heck
guys suck!
off!
So is
Goizord.
this.
You could be playing a great fighting game. Very fast, very fun, very fluid. Or you could be playing...
What do you mean, a great fighting game?
It's great, because it's Melty Blood. Actress again.
You know what? Go away, I'll entertain them.
What
No!
else are you supposed to talk about?
They want to be entertained.
Heck off, Goizord.
Sorry.
No.
My super ranges. Alright, cool. I got the air grab.
Heck off. You can't do air grabs. What are you talking about?
I just did. I got an air grab on you.
How do you do that?
You grab in the air.
You can't grab in the air.
I just did it to you. I've done it in practice constantly. I'll show
I
you.
have
I'll
no
give
idea
you
like
some
one
like.
more
I
name
thought
at
you
it for
couldn't.
commentary.
You can. You just need to practice it, buddy.
You can do this in the air. You can air dodge.
Oh right, that's what that move does.
Yeah, but
That's
you
what-
can't. Oh god. I just need it blocked down. I just need it blocked down. Nothing else. I forget that my like my 5C is like good.
Yep,
for
thank
this
you,
type of
Hess.
thing. What? No.
Oh dear.
Did we get muted?
No, we didn't get muted. We're adding in overlays.
Ouch! Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. That's rude.
Can we mute these two and then just leave me?
Ow! That's rude.
I'll entertain
rude.
them instead of you
They're
guys.
commentators,
You guys are
though.
playing blood.
We're playing multi-blood. What's wrong with that?
It's on the Splatoon stream. You're gonna lose viewership. This is how you lose viewership. This is literally how
do
people
you
leave.
Well, we can't really not lose viewership when there's nothing else.
Look, I know how to lose viewers, and it's cool to not have a match go on.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm dead now. Aren't I?
No!
Yeah, you got it. Barely. I did a heavy attack. I would have probably won it if I didn't.
Yeah, I see. Even Hess agrees. Jesus, you guys are a bit too much.
We're a bit.
Yeah,
I
that'll be
mean,
fun.
we gotta wait. It'll probably be
That's
done
fine.
very, very soon.
I don't think we've got anything else to do. You won, so I have to give up now.
No!
We do need to calm it down.
We're all asset. Okay, I will calm
You
down.
guys!
Screen's
How
not
did that-
frozen.
Yeah, I closed it. That's fine.
The screen is a
There's nothing
problem.
to talk about though. Like, fine, we'll look at the bracket then.
Okay, let's talk about each other.
Well,
Say, alright, Goy, introduce yourself.
I play dualies, and I've placed in Div 1.
Hi, Doolies.
Hi.
Yeah, that's my only personality trait, is I play the weapon that can't move unless it presses the B button.
I'm Aytoms. I just
Hi,
said, how about
Aytoms.
Jim's all-purpose turfing and egg collection, and it was the team name, and that's it. That's all I've done. That's all I've accomplished. I play
It's just
other
like that
video
sometimes.
games.
Okay, how about you guys just play Pokken?
Why?
Well, like we can't do anything
It's not good
about it.
right now.
I'm gonna just
wanted us to-
practice melty combos.
You were telling us to calm down, and you're talking about that. I'm gonna send the screenshots I did of me getting air grabs, so you can see it's a real thing.
Okay, how about you guys play Splatoon 1v1?
Well, we can't because
I
I'm
bought
not.
Splatoon 2 on day 1.
I bought Splatoon 2 on day whatever the 6-month day was. I don't know what this day of 6 months was.
Yeah,
I bought it on release.
yeah, I bought it on
And then I
release.
stopped
I
paying.
bought the Switch on release, and I bought Splatoon 2 on release, but they were completely unrelated.
I remember, wasn't Avcon during Splatoon 2 release? I don't know
I'm
how.
gonna play this one.
You know what I want to do? I want to get a fight stick to play fighting games.
I'm
So I
happy to
have,
play this on a pad because it's not a big enough.
Does anyone play
game.
Tekken 7?
What?
Tekken
I
7?
don't have Tekken
Alright.
7.
So here's the combo
Wait,
I've
you have
had,
Tekken?
right? So you
I've
want to
Tekken
try and
7.
get as many. As soon as the guy breaks, you want to like do multiple like down attacks, and then that'll launch him, and then you can like usually do your up heavy or tilt heavy. You can launch him into the air, and then you get a hit or two, and then you do forward. You move forward and do a grab, and then you can get a forward grab.
Wait. Forward into a grab. Wait, to launch him up in the air, and then you do him like forward.
Yeah,
and grab.
yeah.
I don't have. Wait, 1 sec. Let's do this. Down, up.
Here, I'll pause it. I'll pause it and show you what a forward aerial.
Wait, yeah. Where are you posting this?
All right. So here, here's how a forward throw looks. You basically just, you know, you hold them in the air for about 1 frame and then you eat them, and that's what it looks like.
I can't see your computer. I can't see your computer. Oh, I see. You DM'd me.
Wow, you guys really can see each other's computers.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
have to,
using
like,
mouse or
go
something.
places. One sec. I want to see if I can get this grab. Oh, I can't.
It's pretty tight, it's frame-wise. Like, you need to get it in earlier than you would think, because people fall pretty fast, and you naturally are going to drift away from them the more attacks you do.
Oh my god! It is true.
Yeah.
I just did it. It's so nice to be good at fighting it. Melty Blood is like, you don't really know what you're doing. You can just like think you know what you're doing.
But yeah, basically, if you do like a heavy attack, or you do like a couple heavy attacks, and then you do a couple in the air, you can get like 8-hit combos.
Huh. Yeah. I like playing fighting games on netplay in general. I would say like Melty, but it's like more of an in general
Yeah,
thing.
sorry, stream. We stopped playing the game, and then we started talking about the game instead.
With
Alright,
fighting
I
games
showed
in
him the aerial.
How about you guys stop talking and let's talk about, like, you know,
Yeah, let's
dude, like,
let's
the
talk
upcoming
about
match.
let's talk about Pokken. Yeah.
I don't know. I played the demo. It's cool. It's like Tekken. That's
Whatever.
it.
I'm just gonna like
It's a
fine. I'll bring
simplified
back to
Tekken. Don't drag me into this, damn it. You're feeding
I'll
my
talk about
temptation.
Splatoon, fine, okay? I'm gonna talk about why I hate the
No,
K-pop
you know what, actually, never mind. Go back to
fans.
Pokken. I really want that. I'm deprived of it.
None of us are making good commentators right now.
God, it's so weird. It's like fighting games are the most obvious thing where like someone who's like way better than you in Melty, they'll just hold their combo on you for like until half your life gauge is gone. And there are like things you can kind of do about it.
Practice.
Yeah. Like you can tell when somebody's been practicing combos for 2 years, right? It's like kind of applicable to other games, but it's most apparent in fighting games. It's like this really weird.
I think it's just because fighting games are a lot more technical about it's a one-on-one. It's like you're hugging someone, right? You know everything about them and you know how to, you know, if you want to hug them, you could eventually like just throw them back into the air and you could like, you know, tilt backwards and you could do a wrestling move on them from that position. Anyway, I'm just looking at round 4, and outside of the match we watched, which was Riot versus Toby, we've got Radiance versus Venomous Squids, which was another 3-0 team, Midnight versus Nyterra, which is another 3-0, and Valiant Vemo's Too Fast Too Roomy is not done yet by the looks of it.
It's a long day, definitely.
Yeah, the last one ran for a couple hours as well. Yeah, but looking at total rankings, I would say most things check out still. You can kind of see the divs forming already.
Yeah, so what things have we not seen so far?
Most of them, because we've run the streams. You know, there's...
Well, I mean, like, in terms of past record seasons and whatnot.
Teams we haven't seen in general would probably be new teams, because I know that pretty much every team that has been around has been streamed or recorded at some point. So
yeah. No, it'll be. I don't really know. So I'm just kind of practicing combos and stuff in Melty. Oh my god.
That's fine. There's not much to talk about anyway.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know. Imagine Splatoon, but in a fighting game.
Oh, are these the round 5 maps? Okay, there would be. Okay,
Actually,
these are
wait,
definitely interesting maps, that's for certain. Oh man. Oh man. Why would you put Rainmaker Sturgeon on this? Oh man.
Rainmaker Sturgeon? Rainmaker Sturgeon exist. Wait. I've never played Rainmaker Sturgeon, I think.
Never?
I don't think I have. I might have. I know I've played 400 hours, but like there was something. I pulled heat again and I wanted to.
Otherwise, we've got such interesting maps as TC Blackbelly, which is a fun one. And, alright, it's only...
Can we do like a 3-man commentary?
No.
I mean, you technically can, but it'd be a lot...
You can, but it kind of sucks because then instead of having like one person, instead of having like already sorted out, you have probably 2 people who really want to do play-by-plays. and like them just never happening.
Can we do 3 players in between? Like in between the rounds? That'd be cool.
I mean,
It's
we
weird.
can. I don't know if we're gonna get stuff like this happening for every stream though, because
Yeah,
seeding
this
things are
this
a
doesn't
lot more
happen
organised.
often. For tournaments especially, this is like the one.
No, for tournaments we
where
don't.
there is- This is the one tournament where there's a lot of downtime.
I mean, unless you're talking about losers bracket reset.
Woo!
Does anyone really even play Melty Gear?
Melty Blood.
Yeah,
Or
he's
Guilty Gear.
Shit, I keep thinking Guilty Gear.
I know there's a community for both. Melty Blood's kind of just stuck in its Discord.
Yeah, Melty Blood's niche.
Really niche. But it's like, there are a lot of people who know about it and have played it. Oh. Is it possible? I wonder. Yeah, with Guilty Gear, I know there's like a there's like a relatively, big scene for it. Oh, not big. I've just lost my words. Heck. Things.
Alright, for round 5, I think that the match we'd probably want to look at is probably Radiance versus Team Midnight, because I don't think either of those has been on the stream yet.
That's fair.
Alright. That'll be a fun one to watch. That can make up for the downtime when we played Multi Blood and I threw him in the air.
I don't think that's enough to make it up for it.
Alright, but I can't really like there's no like visual element to the stream right now, so I can't like prostrate in front of the camera and say sorry, you know?
Yeah, it's a shame, right? Just can't do this.
Yeah, that's
things.
why.
We just don't have-
That's why you need webcams on the commentators, so you can apologize live on stream.
I wanna figure out how.
Apologize to the chat. What have you guys been doing?
Sorry, chat. We were playing fighting games in Denny's bathroom.
And you guys didn't bring a gun to a fist fight. Disappointed.
Hey, at least the pancakes are good.
At least the pancakes were good. Why can't I get an EX shield? I wanna try this. I'm like having trouble with getting the EX shield. There we go. Get the cool animation for the last Dark Drive finish. I could do all this again. Shoutouts to fighting games, by the way. Like, if you have a fighting
Yeah,
game
like
that's
Pokken
just
is the greatest
fun,
game ever. Why you guys not playing it? God, price money. God damn,
Doesn't
why you guys not
feel like it.
play it? Damn it!
I don't wanna. I wanna practice. I wanna do fighting games where I can like enjoy practicing combos. Like Smash has a
That's
lot
not a
of.
game you practice combos because there's DI. It's not very good.
I know.
I
Actually.
don't understand how to actually play Smash, so I don't bother.
Same,
I feel like the combos in
guess.
that make just fundamentally less sense. I don't know.
You need an EX shield in the
That took a
last-
very long time for a 0-3 score, but whatever.
Did they really? Is it really a 0-3 score? Did we really wait like 3 years?
Yeah, seems so. Oh, it's a 2-3. Okay, Zen just got the score wrong. That
Okay,
makes a lot more
okay.
sense. That makes a lot more sense. I thought there was a lot of DCs going on there.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure there was a DC actually.
That would certainly explain at least a little bit of it.
I'm only practicing. How do you air combo in any game? Like, I don't play Smash for just like various reasons. But like,
It's not
I
fun.
can tell you the basics of air comboing in Multi Blood.
how long did you play Melty Blood for?
I only installed it a couple months ago, and I played with an American or Canadian friend for like a couple matches, and that was about it. Because then the internet died and they couldn't do it anymore.
Should have joined the Melty Blood Discord.
I didn't really care. I'll consider it later on.
I mean, I don't
In any
know.
case.
I've managed to get my friend who's in Hawaii to play. I like got him into fighting games somehow.
All right. Real question: What game should we get? I don't think we can do like a few of them because they have like repeat players, like Q.W.R and Galaxy America. We don't want that. Maybe Valiant, Venomous, and Hikari is not bad.
I don't know.
Or Venomous, Squids, and Team Midnight. Like
No, Team Midnight's almost certainly gonna be in. Where am I getting?
have we done Riptide versus Herald Horde Center?
I don't think that'll be good. No.
Too fast, too me.
Oh, Harold Hall. No, that's not a good one.
How many of these have been on them?
I'm hearing Discord pings. Who is it?
It's not from me, I can show you.
Yeah, not for me either. I'm not sure what you're talking about. What Discord thing?
I thought you were about to pull a 1 in 3 people don't have their Discord pinging constant. Well, it's not me. Well, it's not me. Then you looked at the.
Well,
right.
Hess,
to
why
the
you have
audience.
Discord pings?
Riot and Krobo, no.
We're just
Valiant
we're gonna
Venomous
announce
and
where
Hikari.
we're gonna do Venomous Squids versus Team Midnight.
Yay! Do that one.
That's alright.
And the conversation goes silent. Okay.
Sorry, I'm friends with people in both of these teams, so I'm not sure who I can root for silently.
Okay, so go, you're out of the commentary. Bye.
No.
Kind of biased commentary.
You can't.
Jesus.
You can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. And what had happened?
I had the
Yeah.
power of
Rude.
friendship and anime on my side. I
Well,
can do
no,
whatever
actually,
I want.
that's wrong.
I have the
because
power
he's
of
very
friendship because I'm
unbiased.
friends with both of them, so...
Yeah, he's very unbiased. Oh wow, Team Midnight has a lineup. Whew.
No, you didn't know?
They have a lineup. Atomic's playing for them. Ooh.
No, that
A
lineup's
single
outdated
player as
because
well.
Luke is still there. That's probably an old lineup. I know Atomic is still playing with them though.
Yeah, Atomic's.
And Paola should be on that list as well now, so yeah, that's definitely outdated.
Tomic's a really strong player. Still, I think one of
Yeah.
the best chargers we've seen.
I agree with that because he plays for Japtech occasionally as part-time employee.
Nah, I just know it because he's in Singapore. Have you ever got hit by him in the head? If you have ever got hit in the head by a rock and you turn around and see Atomic, you just don't question it and walk away.
Why?
I just laugh it off.
He either
Wait, did he
has
throw
more
a
rocks
rock?
behind. He did like a long time ago. Because I couldn't find him. I was walking the corner and he shot me from like, I don't know, at least like... I'll
Was
count
this
it in
during a
CM.
LAN?
No, this is not during a LAN. This was like... No, there was one during a LAN, but that's a different situation. That was during school. Because like, I happened to go to the same school as him. But not
What?
anymore. Yeah, happened to.
Singapore's
That's
a
pretty
city-state,
good.
you know, it's pretty small.
Yes. Do you know
Really?
what Box Hill is? That place is like just slightly smaller than Singapore. Okay, no, maybe if you have like
I swear,
3 or 4
Singapore
Box
has
Hills.
to. Singapore's not that small. There's no way it's that.
It is that small, it's a city-state, it's
Okay,
like...
it's like 4 Box Hills. Box Hills, I can't remember what it's called. Was it Box Hill or Hill Box?
No, just
There's no way Singapore-
Look, Aytoms, go on Google Maps and just look at Singapore and just see how small it is. Or you can like use that site where you compare places and you can see how small they are.
Yeah, it's that small. I'm not even kidding. And so the thing is, he shot a rock at me, and I was like, I turned around and I was like, do I want to take the
Still,
risk to walk to him and say hi,
How big
or
is
do
it?
I want to get hit more?
How
Went
big
backwards.
is it compared to Adelaide?
It's probably like Adelaide itself. Adelaide is probably bigger, yeah. I mean, South Australia as a whole is definitely bigger.
Wow. This is.
Okay, my point stands. Do you want to get shot in the face by another rock walking to him, or do you want to just like walk away and assume he has more rocks? I take the latter. Okay, I don't want to get shot.
I'd take the former because I can just stay high while I'm there.
Oh yeah, sure. Get a
This is
rock stuck in your
interesting
face.
hearing that you just went to the same school as Atomic.
No, but that's
What
a
the
long time
world
ago.
is
That's like at least a year back.
Oh, excuse my language. I'm dead. Goodbye.
Uh,
It's over. I'm going to hell now.
Oh, what have you
It
done? What have you
happens.
done?
I swore under my
You've
breath.
cursed Oceanink Series.
I've
We'll be-
cursed.
we'll be fine
I'm
from
pretty
here,
sure I'm not the
let's see.
first one.
You definitely
Oh,
are.
yeah, you can't just say like fuck on stream, you know? Oh shit.
You're very professional, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm really good at
It's
it.
the
That's
first
why
time.
you.
I usually don't mess up. I
Just
usually.
show by example, I guess, on what not to do.
I mean, I've cursed. I've cast on streams that are bigger, so it's not hard to do.
Wow, are you saying Oceanink is small? Wow, you should. That's
Oh
just
no,
terrible.
it was a speedrun.
Oh
I was
no.
commentating last year for a speedrunning marathon, which
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, like,
Weapon
okay, next
selection.
time you don't say
Alright.
swears.
You just don't say a
let's
big word,
get
you
into
say the small
commentary.
word.
Goodbye again,
Yep.
Just
Ryan.
don't feel. Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have fun, you two.
Thank
Don't get hit by
you.
rocks.
I don't think we
Oh.
can.
You
You can. Alright. Anyway, we should finally get started on this. It's a Venomous Squids versus Midnight. It's going to be a final round that we're going to be streaming, and we're
This
going to
should be
be
a pretty solid matchup.
Yeah,
it's
it
gonna
should be.
What's
I'm
your
pretty-
opinions on the maps with TC Blackbelly, Clams on
TC
Wahoo,
Blackbelly is a knockout fest. Clams on Wahoo is a mess, and everyone misses at least one throw.
Sturgeon
Um,
RM?
Sturgeon on Rainmaker is the map where knockouts are usually going to happen unless they just don't. And Zones on Schellendorf is a nightmare, and then TC on Port is a nightmare. So let's just hope it's a clean trio
TC
sweep.
on Port. I tend to disagree with that. TC on Port is very stagnant in its early game, but once wipes happen, then it's just fun. It's
Once
very
wipes
fun.
happen, yeah, good luck. Good luck wiping the Stingray.
Well, what if you have your own Stingray? Counter
Good luck,
Stingray,
I
as
guess.
is the meta.
That's not fun.
It's fun. It's fun enough.
I don't think having to bring thing to counter the other thing ever makes for a fun situation.
Isn't that how metas work?
I think, like, the thing about the Splatoon meta is that, alright, if we look at any dominant weapon, right, you usually don't have to bring the exact same weapon to counter it.
That is true, actually. Yeah.
But look at Stingray, you know, you have to bring the exact same thing to counter it. Unless, like, you're getting great luck with 10 missiles and they just choose not to move, you know?
Let's get started.
Yes, we're seeing Medical on the Charger and Atomic on the Heavy here. And Yasna on the Grim Range Blaster. Very, very interesting pick from them. We are seeing Heavy versus Grim Range here. Heavy is going for a flank on him, and it looks like that is going to catch him out, off guard. However, they weren't able to get the splat straight away. And interesting duel ends up being in the Range Blaster's favor somehow. Prince here does get taken out by Jaws, and it looks like Jaws is pretty comfortably going to sit on tower here. Yasin's getting ready to do some base camping, and ahead of the tower we've got Medical. Wacko does go down on the Nautilus, I believe, here. So is the actual Heavy, so they don't have any ray to be able to stop the immediate push that's about to start really setting up. Armor does come out, but immediately the ray comes out, wipes off the armor. The brush is coming from behind, but Atomic clearly sees it through, and has already started taking out the brush. That doesn't actually do it. Yes, but the push isn't over yet, because Yasuna is able to stay on the tower, and Just is also there.
Venomous Squids.
Looks like
That's very, very fast. Very, very fast. Oh no, I think Yasuna is doing a very, very good job of holding the backline and hopefully preventing flanks. I'm going to see how that goes.
More missiles come out. I think this is going to be a GG at this rate, unless the stamp.
I think it's going to be a GG, but also this is a choke point right here, right?
It's not that bad though, especially like
Yeah.
they couldn't approach it. 10 out of 10 would knock out again. That's just Blackbelly TC for you.
It is.
Yeah, as soon as I saw both of their heavies went down in the half pipe, I knew that was going to be over because they immediately lost any kind of defense at that point. It just kind of was a little slower than I expected.
That was double heavy.
Yeah, it was Nautilus and Heavy.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, I'm interested to see how this goes because these are two fundamentally really different teams who we have. Venom Squids we know a lot of, but Midnight have.
Oh, I know a lot about Midnight.
Where it's like, I don't know much about Midnight either.
I do because I've played with them a lot.
Played with them a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Give us the information on Midnight.
Yasuna is playing a completely different weapon since the last time I've seen them, but Medical is always going to be a charge main, and Atomic usually plays anchor for them unless he's doing something particular like a K-Pro or something. And then Juz was the K-shot there, right? He normally plays mid-lane weapons and kind of fills in the final role they need of a shooter kind of weapon. That's their general lineup, and they don't need to change it because it usually works for them.
Neat. Yeah. With it's actually no, that's really solid. With VS, I feel like a lot of them play specific kinds of weapons. Like Katmizi, I've seen play a lot of brushes. Jacko plays a lot of backliner. I think everyone knows Jacko for Goober is the sole person who plays Goober in the entirety of Splatoon, and no one else plays Goober ever. Yeah. Haze, I feel like I'm pretty updated on Haze, what they mean. Same with Amanda and Laloon. I haven't seen them play enough as well, but
I mean,
don't know,
Amanda
I
and
feel like
Laloon
they
are
play-
basically the shooters of the team.
that makes sense. What does Haze play?
I can't honestly say that. They're a bit of a flex player. I don't know if they have a
Yeah.
strict main. I can't think of it because I don't play with them a whole lot.
Same. Yeah, no, it's interesting because I recognize VS. Or
Yeah,
like,
I did
VS
recognize
is, like,
I did
niche.
recognize the sub out. I just haven't felt the need to mention it.
Yeah, no,
And
it's interesting how they.
uh,
Yeah,
no, no.
I think it's interesting how they ran two heavies. That's not seen often. Usually
I
because
think
two heavies.
I think the vanilla heavy there was a solid pick. I think the Nautilus. I'm not sure if I agree with it there, just because I don't really feel like it can do a lot in the mid fight. I guess.
especially with Black Belly, where you'd be
Mm.
better off having different
Any
picks
case.
for special.
We should go straight onto Clan Blitz on Wahoo World.
Wahoo!
Yeah, very interesting map here. Just looking at the comps, we can see Yasin is sticking with the custom range blaster. That's certainly an interesting pick. And we're seeing Atomic. Atomic is on the splatter shot just because he really likes burst bombs. We're seeing Wacko here stick with the Nautilus, and we're seeing Ku did sub in place of, I believe it was Laloon. They're on the Clappers, and Neru and I prefer calling them the Clappers, like the movie Clapper, you know. But
I really like that.
also, I can't play them anymore because my teammate has a splashdown weapon and we can't onto them.
Oh, big shame.
Yeah.
Turf control so far has been pretty stagnant, pretty even. Atomic trying to push on, it's getting out Wacko, but
Missed a couple shots, but the Stingray finished it off. We're seeing Neru's patented play the heavy like a mini strategy here, had to back off. Meanwhile, you can see complete mid control here in Midnight's favor then, because Medical just does not really miss shots when he needs to, and he provides a lot of turf just from all the shots he does here.
yeah, currently it's 20 to 14. Clams are kind of even, but
Ku went down. Atomic takes out Wacko. They're in the base. They're going to get the double jump ins. Medical misses.
The clam.
He missed it twice.
This is the clam again.
He finally gets it in, and Ku goes down to a column.
This should be
it. Looks like they're going to get a lot of pushes in here. Jaz setting with 8 clams. The other clam in. It's top 30 now. Atomic gets another couple in. Looks like he's just going to... Yeah, he missed one of them, got another one in. Now they're just trying to get it. Atomic here gets caught out because of the torp mostly. We do see that's a... Oh, now it's a gone push. But, all the way down to 27. Now
push is insane.
There's about 3/4 of the clan bar gone instantly, and that's a hard feat to do on this map sometimes. So
Yeah.
props to Midnight for being able to get a solid push in there. And we're seeing that Medical here is proving a really difficult time for Nero, specifically because there's not a lot of sightline that the heavy can kind of use to exploit getting close to the charger, right? And that means the charger can just outrange them and murder them. We do see Medical here stuck in a bad spot. That's a bad jump though, because realistically, well, outside of the fact that Yasin scored while they were doing that.
Yeah, no, that left the basket so open. You kind of get a vibe.
We do see the Booyah Bomb comes in and secures it, but they had to waste their specials. Ultimately, they weren't able to break through that penalty, so...
But that's only 11 penalty. No, that's 18 penalty. So it's still a huge advantage because it gives you
reduced the penalty. I mean, I would say that would be a waste if they had picked up that penalty because it would have given them another one. But because they hadn't picked up that penalty, it basically was just a way to use a couple lives to reduce that penalty, which isn't a great strategy, but it didn't really be bad. Now, Q misses the throw. Wacko here going in a bit of a bad spot.
Misses the throw again. What the heck?
This is just the Wacko experience. Nobody knows how to throw on this map because they didn't include a jump indicator like they do in other ones. You know how all the clan baskets have that little raised thing, you know? They all have that tiny little raised, yeah. This map doesn't, and nobody knows where to throw from.
I never noticed that, but that makes entirely all the sense as to why everything is never working in this map. Never quite what it seems. It's kind of a shame. Very much the Stingray meta coming out from Midnight here. You can see it. It's actually, the Stingray's doing a lot of work here, but also it's coming out every single minute.
It's just, this is a good way map because basically there is like height differences on this map, but they're very... Oh, the jumps come in again, they don't miss it, Nahu just gets splashdowned on. Atomic doesn't hit his shot, sadly, not his main as you can see. But what I was going to say is, Stingray's really good on this because the map is kind of based on like two very different vertical falls, but they don't really change in their altitude whatsoever, right? Outside of that tiny ramp right there. So Stingray basically means that you're stuck dealing with it, or you're stuck dealing with it. You can't really change that.
Yeah, 100%. Honestly, there could be something happening right here.
They've got a lot of clams, but it's gonna really depend on if they can get the push. They're relying on flank clams.
That was a very
goes down. They jumped too soon, as you can see, and it really didn't work out for them. All three wasted.
Yeah, no. If they had that jump, this is kind of where I can see a baller meta coming in really handy here.
The thing is, no, it's like the issue is a baller meta would be good, but it's just the fact they aren't using any strategy at all. It's just the flank and then get in there, right? And although Midnight isn't keeping a tight look on their flank, it doesn't really help because they're not. They're jumping constantly.
Yeah. No, Midnight's putting in a lot of work here, and you can see it. I think that it's gonna be probably a knockout here.
Okay, I think my stream just lagged.
Yeah. Film some plot analysis. There we go. Yeah, it's not.
I couldn't see what was going on there. Sorry.
Major thing with Venomous Squids is they don't really have the awareness of the basket. There's not much map checking, I feel like, going on. So you're having a lot of flanks from Midnight which go completely under the radar, and they manage to get like.
And I mean, I think the issue is right. Is like you're seeing that Midnight flanks, but they go right onto the basket and jump there. While a lot of the time Venomous Squids flanks, but they go to the left and they kind of have awkward angles that you're not always visually clear on when you need to throw or if you're in range of it.
Yeah.
That was one of the big differences. I think ultimately both teams should have probably just used bubbles and pushed straight in or whatever, which is the more standard way of just getting score in this map. But ultimately we saw that yeah, the flanking just didn't work out for Venomous Squids, and I feel like it wasn't really flanking realistically, it was just getting, like, Midnight wasn't flanking per se, they were just getting behind the enemy's front line, which you could classify as flanking, but it wasn't like, I would classify flanking.
They weren't going back to, like, around, they just...
Yeah. They aren't, I think a flank specifically is talking about the boomerang, right? You're going around, but then you're coming back, while they were just going around and scoring.
Yeah, but, like, that major thing is that they never had a backline staying far enough back, or they never had that awareness to catch them out, so there was constant pressure on the basket, which led to two examples where there were clams where VS could have scored, but Midnight had people who just put up their basket, which prevents the score. And then that kind of constant pressure means that the game becomes really unfocused for VS, and Midnight have that initiative in order to build up more clams and then continue to score.
Another interesting point about clams on Wahoo is that all of the clams are pretty much based around the carousel underneath. So
yeah,
that's pretty much that's the turf you want to control upper mid just so you don't get, that's basically the turf you want to control as your defense, because that's where pushes are going to primarily come from. While the clams, that you want to control the lower area so you can get clams. Now, I'm not actually sure who was controlling lower area most of that match, but considering where they were pushing from, yeah, it was probably Midnight, because their pushes all kind of went from there and went straight to the basket, right? So it was probably them. Yeah, it's either way, enough talk on that. We're going straight to Rainmaker Sturgeon, which is going to be a fun one.
It's gonna be great. I wonder if we're gonna bring out the one thing that Marco Jacko is known for, which is Gooba, and also fun pitches taken by.
I don't know. I'm not going to bet on anything here.
Who knows? It's a real mystery. Charges coming out. Yes! It's here. He said he revealed it on stream live.
Okay. Well, we do see Atomic here running the custom jet, which is a weapon he's pretty good at. I'm not very looking forward to this. Otherwise, their teams are pretty much the same. We're seeing Juz here on the NZAP and Yasno on the ranged blaster and yeah, medical planes and
I'd say major differences here are instead of having the two, but there's also a blaster which kind of classifies this as pseudo midnighter.
Juz picks it up in a very bizarre spot, goes straight into enemy ink, doesn't get caught out though, surprisingly. However, we can see interesting Rainmaker adventures right now, bit of an adventure. Does go right into the brush and into an awkward sort of pseudo trade there.
Breaks into 73, which is basically nothing on this map.
Charger gets outcharged, and then, oh, Wacker didn't fall off the map. I was very, very certain he disappeared. In any case, though, Pop does go in their favor. Wacker does fall off the map eventually, so I kind of predicted that, I guess. Yeah. Interesting that we're seeing that Midnight is choosing to push right here, which is the objective of the long path to push. And otherwise, you can see Atomic here just kind of holding the mid control there. 3 down now. Who's the only one up now? And he's got to back out then.
Yeah, there's not much you can do.
We're already seeing the brush now. It would be wise if they picked it up and moved out of here and pushed left instead. Because ultimately, I think that would be better for them then. Tree does try and take out Atomic, but Atomic knows. However, Atomic's now left as the only person up, and the Heavy can just deal with it.
That was actually very, very solid defense.
That's why you don't push. That's why you don't push right on this map, because the defense is too hard to deal with, right? But you push left, and they have to. Both of you are funneled into a tiny death corridor, right? And the team with the and it becomes a lot more equal, where the attack and the defense are kind of like equalized on that. In any case, though, we're seeing that the Ray and everything, they're both used to try and take out the Grim Range. However, the Sting, the NSAT just comes in and just takes out the Rainmaker instantly here. They do get the pop in their favor. They don't. Yes, they're focusing.
I believe the NSAT might actually be running some speed up, either one or the other, and that's probably contributing to their speed. Like, very solid example is just how NZAP just kind of went straight into the Rainmaker and went straight around to the defense.
Yasuna is currently behind them. I think they've seen their own, but they're just choosing to back out, I think. Cat here going in does take out medical though. Hammers are just that kind of weapon. They are able to take out anyone else, however. A lot of mid control is currently in VS's favor now. They do pick up the Rainmaker, they've got the armor out. Wacko is going for the they're going for the push, but they missed. They get the lead anyway, because that's the reason you don't push Riot, you know? You have to climb up so much to get to 70 on that map. Well, if you push left, you get the push, you get that score instantly, right? However, we're seeing now, Atomic picks it up, he's kind of alone now, and it's not a very good position. Who does manage to take him out? However, what he was able to do is that he moved it to the right, which means they can't get any points anymore, because they have to die to get that up. You do see Wacker here has the splashdown. He's going to use it to get the pop, but I don't see the plan here because he doesn't have better options anyway. You see, that's why I'm saying that Atomic. That's why I'm saying Atomic made a smart play when he died there, because ultimately it meant that VS would be funneled into the bad push, right? While Midnight could kind of get their players up and kind of reorganize themselves to make an actual good push. Because if they push left at all, they win, right? That's all I need to do. They just need to push left.
Yeah,
you see that the NZAP is coming from behind. Juz gets sniped, I believe, and yeah, that'll be the end of that one then. The Rainmaker is kind of just pushing a little too far ahead. Tree here doesn't win the fight against Atomic here. And now we can see that Venomous Squids is very much prepared for a defense on the left now, as you can see. Yasuna's kind of caught out here, and not a lot of turf control in their favor. Wacko does go down. Ku's just kind of hugging mid. Does manage to catch Juz off guard. No, he picks it up. Mid, he lags across and gets a lead, yeah. It's not a great lead, but it's a lead that's going to land, and more importantly, Midnight has numbers up to be able to try and contest this now. Because, actually there's no basis for that yet.
Yeah, no basis.
Oh, nice direct onto the NZAP. However, the Gucci needs to be dispelled. Kind of clutch down might do it.
Yeah. Wacko's having intense pressure. This is one of the situations. Oh wow, that was a very nice takeout. It's one of the situations where I feel like the offense from both VS and Midnight are very kind of not there, not as coordinated as you would like to see them being. But with the defenses, they are both very, very strong. I'm curious to see how this overtime goes.
There's
I'm
only 4
hoping.
seconds left. I mean, Medical's going to be able to charge up a Ray, or Atomic will, you know? It doesn't really, there's no chance this push actually gets anywhere, just because Ray comes out.
Actually, you
Or
know
he
what?
gets sniped.
Oh,
I believe Yasuna got the snipe. That would be the way to end.
that is GG's. 3 Midnight, 0 VS. It's
That's what I
kind
was
of
saying, right?
unfortunate.
Sturgeon on Rainmaker is either a map that gets knocked out instantly or nobody makes a push, and we got the latter this time.
Is it a
yeah.
coin flip?
I mean, it depends on the team's pushing strength, right? Like if Midnight was playing more frontline weapons, I think if Yasuna was playing something like Roller instead, he might have been able to push up on the anchors a lot more and actually like get the momentum. But I think because he's playing Range Blaster, they kind of have to peak at max range, and he doesn't ultimately get the picks in the same way.
Yeah.
But I think if that kind of situation, etc., had been there, I think Midnight would have easily been able to push left. They've got 2 Rays, they would have been able to shut down any pressure, and they would have been able to go straight for the knockout pretty much. But ultimately, it didn't work in that way. So it became a lot more of a stool fest in mid. But yeah, I think both teams played pretty well there. Ultimately, Midnight did get it just a slightly better push in then. Partly, I would say, because of... I don't know if it was spectator lag, but we did see that the Rainmaker carrier looked like they missed the jump, but then got it, which might have thrown off Venomous Squid's expectations of that moment there. But either way, though.
Either way, I don't think... Yeah, it's not much... I know. It is seeding tournament, so there are obviously going to be 3-0s, many 3-0s, like the majority of the game are literally 3-0s because of it being seeding tournament. But I think that was still a pretty solid game to actually watch and spectate. Yeah. I don't know. Well, you've already given your thoughts. I've given my thoughts. What else do we do?
Play more Melty. I'm kidding. We should wrap up the stream.
We could play more Melty.
We should do it off stream. That's all I'm saying.
We should.
Anyway,
What are we doing now, Hess?
I think we wrap up the stream now because we've streamed all the matches then.
Feel free to close this however you like. Thank you.
And I will. Alright, hope everyone's tuned into that. Sorry to Venomous Squids, I'm seeing a bit of upsettiness about the fact that we streamed Div 1 versus a Div 2, but we ultimately believe it would be a good match, and I think it was. You guys did pretty good there, you know. You ultimately just were getting kind of... I think your pushes on the Clan Blitz match weren't the best, and on the Rainmaker match you just got... You know, it was a stool fest in mid and you lost by a couple points. It happens. It's a seeding thing, and it's not like... This isn't results that are going to impact you in any real way. Even if you'd won against them, I don't think it would have impacted you severely.
Yeah, I think
all I'd say is that don't get too upset about it, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a top tier Div 2 against a mid to low tier Div 1.
No, Midnight's mid to high tier Div 1.
I'm trying to make them feel better. Come on.
Whatever.
I still really like that game. It'll be interesting.
It was a fun
interested
one.
to.
Anyway.
I'm not participating in series, but I'm really interested to see the results that we get out of this after such a long break.
Yeah. Likewise. Anyway.
Yeah. Thanks for streaming, Hess.
Yes, thank you, Hess, for doing all of the behind-the-scenes work. We didn't have to worry about changing our overlays or updating the map lists or getting all the...
Thank you, Hess.
We just had to commentate and play some fighting games. Anyway,
that's terrible.
Thank you for watching as well, and I hope you enjoy watching the rest of the series once it officially starts. I've been Goizord. I've been joined by Ryan, Aytoms, and I didn't co-commentate, but we were also joined with Toadsili. Once again, thanks to Hess. Thanks for everyone who played in this, and we will see you around another time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, Nina. Ta-ta.
Ooh. Now we wait.